Hold on, it's
In the
starting, it's
morning
starting.
when I was at work. Okay, we're live. Okay.
Yes, people, it's the Tony and Ab show. It's the Black Cannon. We saying, people, hope you're well. Yeah, man, we've got to get into a lot of things today. Hey, not happy about the club right now and certain things that's going on, but I suppose we've got to just delve deep and we've got to talk about it today. Big up to Tony. How you be, man? Oh, you're on mute.
I'm muted. Yeah, I'm back up. Yeah, people, I'm sorry I had to wait for up to nearly 12 minutes. We had to just settle some stuff before we came on. But we're here. That's the most important thing. People, it's a Black Cannon show. And of course, we're back. We're back. And we didn't have the show last week. So it's only good that, we have lots of stuff to actually talk about. We can start from different places. Doesn't even have to be Arsenal. A lot of things going on. Doku is injured. Is going to be sidelined, for a longer spell, on the treatment table. We could also talk about the Wolves game. We could talk about Benjamin White out for a month. We could talk about Car Park Saeed being attacked, at the car park after that Manchester United matchup. I mean, there's a whole lot of things to actually talk about, bro. So, people, you're welcome to the Black Cannon. It is what it is. Bro, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Big up to Craig in the building, BBK Sports.
Big up, Craig.
Miss Melina as well. Big up to you as well.
So big anyway, up Miss Melina.
Yeah, big up to everyone. Yeah, big up to Miss Melina and everyone in the building. But I think what we need to talk about probably first is our own club, internals and stuff like that. I don't think we've spoken since the Wolves game, but that was a pretty embarrassment. That was a pretty massive embarrassment. And although people are going to say the positive sign was that, we won the game and we got the 3 points, it still was embarrassing how we won that game. What was your feeling after the game? Because I know I was fuming, and I know I'm still fuming until today.
I mean, you've just said what you just said the most important thing about how we feel about the matchup. You summarize it in one word: embarrassing. That's the word. That's the go-to word you would use first. Nothing less than embarrassing. Although I'll still put some perspective into it. When Wolves played against Manchester United, they had no respect for Manchester United whatsoever. They opened up their back four. I mean, they opened up their defense, opened up their midfield, like a 24-hour Tesco shop down there in the UK, and Man United, said thank you and did their job on them. So, of course, that pressure was on Arsenal to actually, go hunting in that game against Wolves. You expect them to just, just smash them up and put goals behind the net. And again, it's at home, it's a home game. But the thing there is that, like all these other teams, even Man City too did the same thing. Yeah. they've devised the means to play anti-football against Arsenal. This is the thing. The same Wolves that opened up against Manchester United decided to just go on a low block against Arsenal. So just imagine if they've been going on that low block and playing like that all season, would they be with 2 points? But the thing is that they play with Arsenal, they lock up shop, and that's what it is. Arsenal have to try to break down these teams every single week, and it's grueling, man. It's grueling, man. It's just painful to just see what Wolves did, yeah, and they did it to perfection. Very nearly got there. Very nearly got there. Can imagine them taking a point from Arsenal. But again, we're bailed out by goals scored by Wolves. It's just embarrassing. The only player who could really hold his head up high, in that game was Bukayo Saka. And again, all our warnings about rotation, resting of players, and whatnot, we can now see how Declan Rice looks like. Absolutely knackered, bro. He looks tired. Wasn't his best game on the night, and again, you just have to, ask that question. Mikel Arteta, what was your tactics going into this game? But again, we signed players that could actually work within those spaces to find those pocket spaces, little pocket spaces that are left behind just a little bit when these teams decide to go on a low block. We have Trossard didn't start. We have Eze, who was also acquired to actually break down this kind of system. I really do think that Madueke would have been more effective in the first half to use him in the first half, even if Saka bailed us out. But I just really think that Madueke, causing lots of problems in the final third, would have opened up the game a little bit more, and given maybe Gyokeres that little glimpse of chance to just work his magic in and get something onto it. But again, Gyokeres is a different topic altogether that we might be talking about. So it is what it is. Nothing less than an embarrassing showing from the Arsenal. But again, at the end of the day, a win is a win, and I'll take 3 points on the board. I'll take 3 points. On a different day, that game is a loss. Let's don't get it twisted. On a different day, that's a loss. So if we get that 3 points, I'll take it to the bank. It is what it is at this point. And I don't think any rival should be laughing at us at what happened in that game. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Liverpool have been winning games in an embarrassing way this season. Even last season when they won the trophy, they luckily scaled through games, and people called it a thing of champions. But with Arsenal grinding out 3 points against Wolves, it's embarrassing. But again, I can really get that. That's from our own standards that we're talking about right now. It's embarrassing. It's this, we get that. But at the end of the day, you have to also talk about we putting the 3 points at the table. I don't know about you, bro.
Yeah. Big up to Longhead Yeti, Paul Fulwell, Tyrell Gunner.
Big up to Longhead Yeti, my guy.
Craig Matthews in the building as well. Yeah. It was embarrassing, man. It was embarrassing. And as you said, you could have started with some of those players that started the Bruges game. Madueke was impressive. He scored 2 goals. He may not have bagged against Wolves, but what do you have to do to start in Arteta's setup? Now, people can say, well, they were resting him and all that. He don't need no rest. He's come back from injury. A game like that has got the muscles going. Confidence going as well. He didn't even actually feature in that game, which which I found was quite weird. But apart from that, there was nothing. The way Arsenal is, and the fan base and the players and the whole team. I know we make predictions on games and stuff like that, and I know Wolves are at the bottom of the table and stuff like that. But I think these are the games, which have proved to us that they could be banana skins. And to be fair to Wolves, they played Wolves. They played Aston Villa a few weeks prior, and they were really good against Wolves. You know, they had a goal disallowed against Villa. Sorry, they had a goal disallowed, and they actually had a lot of shots on goal against Villa. So thinking that we're going to beat them 4-5, and even I thought we was going to beat them about 3-0, but that's just overconfidence with these teams, isn't it? And I don't know whether this seeped into the players as well, because I was on a stream yesterday and someone was saying that these guys watch social media, you know. They do watch the social media, so they see the energy that's online from us fans, you know. And maybe some of the players' assumptions, maybe some of the players thought this game was just going to be a full-on conclusion. We were going to go there, smack them up, because that's the word, isn't it? Those are the words, smack them up, and then move on to the next game. But it didn't materialize like that. And now we're in a situation now where we've won the game, but we don't know if the team are knackered, you know. The mentality of the team, are they ready to go for the Everton game? Because that's going to be a physical game. We know that's going to be a difficult game. And we know that we have to win that game, because City entertain West Ham on Saturday, the 3 o'clock kickoff before us. So, and this is another thing, assumption, City are probably going to, you know, beat up West Ham on Saturday. I can't see in a world where West Ham beat City. I hope it happens, but it's not happening. It is not happening. Yeah. So now they will go in front of us.
Is that a home game? Is that a home game for Man City?
That's at home. They've got the momentum now going into this game, going into their game on Saturday now. Whilst we now are in that run of fixtures where our performances haven't been that good. Bearing, I suppose, the game against Bruges and Bayern Munich. Our Champions League form is good. It's just our league form, you know, those draws. They all catch up to you. And yes, we got the win yesterday, but we need to kick on from here. And against Everton, that's going to be a tough game. I know they got players out as well, but I still don't look at that as being an easy game. So every game to me,
but which of our games have been easy in the Premiership?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, remove the Champions League out of the equation. Just look squarely into the Premier League. Which of our games this season, apart from that Tottenham Hotspur game,
maybe Leeds,
and we always beat them, which one has been so convincing that you would say, oh, we showed up and you know, we just blew them away out the park? You won't find any of those games, apart from the ones who drop points against. The remaining just want to play anti-football. They want to sit back. And you know, when a question was asked to Gabriel Martinelli, mind you, Gabriel Martinelli has scored 5 goals in 5 UCL games. Whether we like it or not, we can both sit down here. We might curse at this guy. We might not like him. We might not like his form in the Premier League, but this is the background to that. Journalists were asking him questions in the Champions League before we played that game against FC Brugge, and they were asking him, "Hey, Martinelli, you've scored about 4 goals in 4 UCL matches. How come aren't you translating that form into the Premier League?" And do you know what he had to say? He said, because the Premiership teams just want to sit back and don't want to play against us. And again, we can say, oh, Arsenal is embarrassing, this, that. I completely get that. But again, we are not telling these teams. I mean, the teams, the oppositions we're telling against, why aren't you playing good football against us? Why aren't you coming out against us? I mean, I looked at that Spurs game and Nottingham Forest game, Spurs came out to play. They came out to play. When they played against us, they actually packed the bus. But when they played against Nottingham Forest, they completely opened up like a Tesco super shop, and they still got bitten, bro. But in our own case, they kept the low block and we beat them. So one thing I've seen is that there's a way these teams want to really, really kind of like stifle Arsenal, stifle our chances, stifle all our outlets, and it stinks. It stinks.
So there's only one guy, I suppose, in the club and the players as well, that are gonna unlock, teams this season. How are you in terms of the striker dilemma? Because I think we're gonna have to kind of talk about the strikers and Gyokeres and stuff like that. I don't know if you watched Matty's. Did you watch Matty's show today? Did you catch
Matty's show?
Yeah. Did you catch your show today?
No. Oh. See the time difference.
Yeah,
I'm at work at that time. I leave so early to work at that time. Once you've said what you've had to say, I will ask you to go and watch that video, because it's given me a different outlook on what's going on with the wingers and the strikers and everything. He broke it down so well today. So on your show, shout out to Matty,
on your show yesterday, obviously I watched you and Oregon Gooner's show. Big up to Oregon Gooner. And I caught like some of it in terms of like we were talking about the striker and all that kind of stuff. And I noticed that there's part blame on the system, there's part blame on Gyokeres, and there was part blame, I think, on the players not finding him as well. What was you leaning stronger to in terms of all of those three categories? Is it the player himself mostly? Was it the system? Is it the players? How is your thought still on that situation?
See, Waffle Don, sometimes we Arsenal fans, sometimes we have to admit when we get something wrong and move on. There is no shame in saying we wanted Victor Gyokeres to come and he has failed. System-wise or no system-wise. When you are being brought into a football club for above 60 million plus to a football club, you come in with a lot of reputation, and with the reputation that Gyokeres have gotten in Europe, he's known as a Grim Ripper. I mean, when you have scored 100 plus goals in nearly 2 seasons in the Portuguese league and also in Europe, because people always fail to recognize that it's not just Portugal. Man was also scoring goals in Europe. So he was doing both well domestically and scoring against the likes of Manchester City and Real Madrid in Europe too. So when we wanted Victor Gyokeres, we all felt, hey, he's the bagsman that we need at the football club, because Arsenal is in serious need of a bagsman, and he looked the complete bagsman. And whether we like it or not, he's coming to the football club. The system has been so unfair to him, and he hasn't gotten to where we want him to get to. Now, that's a systematic fault. But again, he knew the kind of manager he was coming to play under. He knows that Mikel Arteta isn't that kind of guy that is going to tweak his system to necessarily accommodate him. Read the room. He knows that. So, you should be ready to actually rage against the machine. You should be able to tweak the matrix just a little bit and find your own rhythm. And again, that's because you know why that is, Waffle Don? Because that's what world-class players do. World-class players find a way. World-class players make those runs. No excuses. No excuses whatsoever. They make it happen. We can say all these things about Kylian Mbappe leaving PSG with such a good record, coming down to Real Madrid. That wasn't the case. He wasn't banking goals. The system wasn't meant for him. Something tweaked in his head, and he just had to adapt to that Real Madrid system, and he started banging in goals. Look at Lewandowski. And again, you don't even have to be the fastest in the room. Lewandowski's not, I mean, speed is not his biggest a factor in it. But you see, man, finding spaces, making those runs, getting in the faces of these defenders, and he's not even one of the most technically gifted players, though. But he's a batsman. He finds those runs, even without much speed, he just locates himself in and about where the goals are, and he's getting them. And again, we have to come to terms that Victor Gyokeres is a one-dimensional player since he donned the Arsenal shirt. He's so one-dimensional, bro. And again, with how he is played, with no technical abilities. I mean, when we're looking at a player like Gabriel Jesus, and when he came on in that Wolves game, you saw what he was doing. Man was making runs. Apart from even making runs, 1v1. He's that potent. He's that efficient. 1v1, 1v2. He's that kind of player that you want to see go head to head against defenders. He makes the defenders shit on the pants, bro. But I'm looking at Gyokeres with all these defenders, and they're comfortable, bro. They're utmostly comfortable. There's no, they're not out of fear. They don't fear him necessarily. Yeah, he has that power, but what's power when you don't wield it? But Jesus, when he came on, it was everywhere. He was making those runs. It was cutting in from the wings. He was right there where that header came up, where we got our second goal. I mean, it was just everywhere, and that's what you ask for your striker. Good, throw that all away. If maybe that's not a believable story, good and okay. Then we're looking at Madueke, who came down to this football club. And mind you, he came to this football club with people hating on him. Let's get that fair and square, bro. Let us get that fair and square. Many people loved and showed grace and love for Gyokeres. Madueke wasn't welcome to this football club, bro. Let's get that out the way. Yeah. And then when man came, purely different system he played at Chelsea. Yeah. But one thing with him is that he's very consistent in being one thing. He always probe into the opposition box. It causes lots of problems. End product wasn't his game right then. But right now, in the space of weeks, man have scored against Bayern Munich. That's a unique place to be in. He scored other goals too. He's now thriving in that Arteta system. So if he's thriving in that system, bro, why isn't Gyokeres thriving in the system, bro? This is a completely different system. Madueke has come into this football club with all that hate thrown his way. And man has turned it around and is now putting end product to whatever he's been doing, bro. So there is no, excuses are being made for Gyokeres. I'm not one of those Arsenal fans that will bring excuses and make excuses for him. I'm even seeing some saying, we're talking about that, and you brought something in the chart. You said, but he hasn't in the game he's played when we're there, we haven't lost. Good. Nice that you brought that up. So in other words, you're actually saying man is actually a passenger in our team, but because we're winning, it doesn't matter. That's the translation of that. But me and you have been in the fight of telling most of the fans out here that Odegaard has been a passenger in this team. Where is the fairness for Odegaard? We've been saying that Kai Havertz has been a passenger in this team. Where is the fairness? Where is the justice for those players too? So I mean, we could do the dishonorable thing and keep bringing in excuses for Gyokeres because we want him to succeed. I want him to succeed. Man is still on the banner of my channel, bro, because I advocated to bringing him in also because I liked him. I wanted him to be the batsman. But we have to admit it when we are wrong. You have to, bro, it doesn't take anything from you. Admit it. We were wrong. Now, I'm not saying it's complete baggage. I'm not saying he's a fraud. I'm not on that level. The level I'm on right now is that Gyokeres is not scoring goals. He hasn't adapted to the system. He needs more time to adapt to the system. But before he adapts to that system, let's be bringing him from the bench and allow Jesus or even Kai Havertz, if they even score a goal, to come and even try and help out. And let's see what can help us out in terms of this chase that Man City is chasing us right now. The Blue Sharks are waiting, bro. 2 points away. Literally, one dropped point and it's all over. So we don't have time for someone that we brought in for about 60 million plus to be adapting to the system and losing chances, bro. And yes, people are saying, how many chances have bro, he's lost chances, bro. He's lost chances, bro. There was a cross from Bukayo Saka in that game against Wolves. And it just, bro, it was supposed to just be a tap in, bro. And man just slid for the ball and didn't get it. In the game against, there was another game. That was, I think, against Brentford. Was it Brentford? The one that Trossard scored, where they crossed the ball. I mean, he was there, but it just flashed across him.
Oh, Martinelli. Is it Martinelli?
No, it was Aston Villa. It was against Aston Villa. And then the ball flashed over him and Trossard got the ball. Yeah. Bro, he has missed chances too. So let's don't pretend here as if Gyokeres, is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not on that. I'm not on that concoction. So the thing there is that he's not playing well. He hasn't adapted to the system. The blame is on Mikel Arteta. Something needs to happen. And right now, because we're going for this league title right now, I would prefer we bring in Gabriel Jesus, maybe in the first half to help us out, and then second half he can come in and see what he can do. But for 90 minutes, for him to be on the pitch, no. There has to be some certain form of concession to other players who are coming in and help out, since he hasn't grasped the whole system yet. I'm not saying he's shit. I'm not saying he's a fraud. I'm just saying he's not there yet, and we can actually use other available resources to help us out for this title chase. Because Man City are not sleeping up, bro. They are not sleeping up. Erling Haaland, has already gotten 17 goals this season already, bro. 17 goals, bro. I can't boast about that for my main striker that I brought for big money. They have Phil Foden, who has already scored 10 goals and 2 assists already this season, bro. And that's a Man City team that people felt that didn't start quite well. So they're already raking in the goals, bro, already. So there's no room for excuses, my bro. We just have to, make this work and do the right thing. And that's by using the squad depth that we claim that we have right now. We claim that we say that we have squad depth. Let's use it, bro.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of like answer some of them points that you made. So firstly, I want to say, please watch that. It's a long one, yeah. Matty's stream. It's a very long one though. But when you get a chance to watch that, try and watch just some of the clips of it, because it's very interesting. Because a lot of my thought processes were like, just stick it on, the player, 100%. But there's some interesting things you said, yeah. about passengers and stuff like that, yeah, because even though we paid a lot of money for this guy, yeah, Gyokeres, yeah, 64 million, and we expected him to hit the ground running, which he hasn't, yeah, he's still come from another league. Now, we can argue that Ekatike has come from another league and he's hit the ground running, yeah? 7 league goals in the Premier League. Yeah? Even Calvin Lewis has got 5 goals already this season, whilst Gyokeres has got 4 goals this season. So he scored goals, but not enough, you know, in my jurisdiction. Yeah, he's not been in games. He's not looked like he's been in games, as you say. Yeah, so all of that, you know, that's all factual. You know, coming from what you're saying, and I agree with that 100%. Yeah, but I'm not laying 100% the blame at his door. I'm not going to do it, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, why are the players like Odegaard, who has been at the club for how many years? Why is he not? There's a brilliant example in the Atletico Madrid game, where I don't know. Have you seen the video? Have you seen this video where the guy's saying pass the ball, Odegaard, pass the ball? Have you seen that video? He's saying pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. That's just one example. Yeah. There's another example which Matty, that's why I said to watch the video. There's another example where Gyokeres is actually doing good movement, that things that I've not really paid attention to, yeah. But the players are not looking for him, you know. Madueke, he's got a wicked opportunity, yeah, to play the ball into Gyokeres. Gyokeres has actually opened up his body. The space is behind Konate. He's decided to cut in and shoot. Yeah, there are examples of Gyokeres doing good things. I'm not going to say all the time. Listen, I'm not here to defend Gyokeres 100% because a lot of the points that you made are valid. I'm not saying that, but I don't think that I'm not personally going to put everything, all the blame on his door. He made strides to come to this club. Yeah. He wanted out. He wanted to come to Arsenal. He wanted to be the main striker to wear the number 14. Yeah. Do you think, Tony, yeah, that Arteta is actually helping Gyokeres right now to become that elite number 9 in our team right now? Because when I hear him saying we love Havertz and, you know, he's going to be the main guy when he comes back, how are you going to feel about that when someone's talking like that? And you're the guy that's fit and playing. How would you feel about that if I said, you know what, Tony, yeah, you know what, yeah, Tony was streaming, yeah, but you know what, I love like let's just give an example of a streamer who just Latvian Guna. You know what, I love Latvian Guna, man. I can't wait, you know, until I stream with him. How are you gonna feel, bro, when me and you, do you know what I'm saying, yeah, stream literally all the time? You're not gonna feel great, are you? It's not going to make you feel good about. It's not going to give you that confidence, is it?
Well, again, it depends. It depends on some certain parameters. Are you looking at it from a competitive point of view? And that's the view many people don't look at it from. You have to look at it from a competitive point of view. You know, but again, it is what it is. Either way. He has to score us some goals. I mean, see, this is simple, bro. It's simple. Score us some goals. See,
if he scores a hat trick at Everton, what happens? What happens if he scores a hat trick at Everton? Is all forgiven?
Yeah, good, bro. Then you're beginning to quieten. See, bro, this is the thing, yeah. You can't cover up for Gyokeres in any way right now. You know why? Because the numbers don't lie. If he's scoring goals right now and sort of just tweaking the system and just scoring some goals and just even while being a passenger and he's scoring maybe 1, 2 in 2 weeks, he scores like 2 goals, you know, 3 goals. Not that much, not Erling Haaland numbers, but he's giving you something to run with. Yeah, he's giving you something to run with. But bro, how can we be with a striker who we call our point man, and the basis of him being our point man is just to hold off defenders? Bro, it doesn't work in that way. If we needed someone to hold off defenders, I mean, let's just put Merino there and say he shouldn't score. But the fact there is that even Merino has better numbers than our main striker, bro. This is the truth. Yeah, Merino has better numbers and better match is more effective in matches than Gyokeres is right now. This is true. Pure facts, bro. The numbers don't lie. Either way, no matter how you want to look at it, Gyokeres has to give us numbers, something for us to run with. And right now, he's not giving us anything to run with, and that's the bigger problem.
Why is it the system he's better suited? Is Marino?
We all know it's a system. We all know there's no question. It's a system. But again, why that very reasoning is unreasonable is that he already knew before he came on that Arteta plays certain system. You and your representatives must have done your due diligence.
Arteta not tweaking the system for the player then, and just being stubborn and rigid in this system. We're supposed to win a title together.
Again, he's a footballer. Bro, you've been in football business, bro. You know these things we're talking about.
Most teams,
you've been in football business.
Look. Pep has built the team around Haaland, yeah? Yeah? We agree with that, yeah?
Okay,
we agree with that.
You can say so.
So why has this team not been built by around Gyokeres? Because that's when you're going to get the best out of him, isn't it?
Does he have the skill set? But right now, we already know
he's a goal scorer. We know he's a goal scorer.
But he doesn't really have the skill set to actually lead the team.
Goal scorer. We know he's just a pure goal scorer. You got to get the ball to him, let him shoot. He's not even shooting, brother. He's not even getting shots on.
But you need to get into position, though, and he's not even getting into those positions, bro. And that's the problem. He's not making those. He's not making those runs.
You know what it is?
Okay, you've just talked about Haaland. Do you see Haaland's walk rate, bro? Do you want to go there?
His movement is second to none. You can't compare
exactly. Let's not even encroach towards that territory.
They're not the same players, bro. They're not
exactly. Let's not even go there, because Haaland is making those runs. He's quite fast.
Those runs he's making,
quite fast, and he's making those runs.
Yeah, but
so it doesn't matter whether they build a team around him. He's making those runs. They could build a team around you, and yet you're not making those runs. I've seen things like that happen. The team could be built around you, but you're not making those runs. But Haaland, even if the system is built around him, there are certain situations where he makes those runs out of nothing and gets a goal for them. Clear example. Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace had lots of shots on goal. They hit the post twice. They controlled the match, as in they controlled it really quite much. They controlled the matchup on the day. Yeah. But what happened? Haaland steps up from nowhere, bro. And see, bro, that is where you need your world-class striker to come in and bail you out. Bro, there is no excuses. And again, let me make this very clear to you, my brother. Big up to Static, who's in the charts, yeah. Big up to Tyrell, and always AFC, who is down here, and Mark. Big up to these people. See, bro, there is no chance for excuses, bro. The Blue Sharks are behind us, bro. So we can stay here and bicker and argue about Gyokeres playing because he's our favorite. We could argue about that, no problem. But when City gazumps us, we will be looking into our depth to help us bail us out in that number 9 position. And guess what? Gyokeres won't be the guy because he hasn't adapted to this system. Mikel Arteta is such a, is such a monarch in this football club that he's not gonna tweak a system for no goddamn person, bro. So he's not going to do it. And again, that's what I'm saying. Right from the start, you've been in football business. You know how these things go. When a player is about to make a transfer to a football club, you've been a coach before. The player must somehow, some way, have spoken to that manager regarding the system. How do they play in your football club? Hey, I'm interested. I want to come and join your army. How are you going to use me? So let's not act as if he doesn't really know, or he didn't quite agree with what Arteta said to him about how they're going to play or how they're going to do stuff together. He has. And before then, he's done his research. His representatives feel that, oh, it could work out for you here. The only thing I'm very angry about him is that most world-class strikers seize the opportunity to break away from the matrix, to rage against the machine. He's not doing that. At the time, you have to be fighting for your reputation.
Why do you think he's not doing this? Why do you think he's not doing it? Do you think it's just...
Because he's not scoring goals. It's clear, bro. He's not scoring goals. See,
do you think he's got confidence issues?
You have to score goals, bro. There's no, bro. It's a striking position. You have to score goals, bro. No excuses. You have to score goals. If you're not scoring goals, bro, you're not helping the team.
So do you think his confidence is shot then?
You said what?
Do you think his confidence is...
Bro, you saw him against Wolves. Bro, you do the honors. You saw him against Wolves. Does that look like a player that is with confidence, bro? Forget system or anything. You saw him play. Does he look like a player that's confident, bro?
No.
Bro, there is no Arsenal fan should be out there doing this big cover-up for Gyokeres, bro. After we've already talked about Odegaard being a passenger in this team, when we've talked about many people in this team, about Martinelli also, bro, we've been on the necks of a lot of players being passengers in this team. So let's don't be hypocritical about this Gyokeres thing. It's a guy we want to see happen at Arsenal, but it's not happening. Good. What do you do?
I think Odegaard is one of the main culprits, to be honest, because he never looks for Gyokeres. He always looks for Saka. You know, he never looks to pass that through ball in the middle. It's always to the wings. It's never through the middle.
Waffle done. You've completely thrown away the element of trust in this matter. Do you trust? I'm just saying, because you brought up this argument. Do you trust Gyokeres to score a goal now? That's another thing. So when you don't trust a striker to score a goal or to help out the team, and you know it's a passenger, the captain knows it's a passenger, would you send the ball to someone you likely trust to make magic happen, or you send the ball to someone that is likely that he's not going to do anything with the ball? And again, when you're talking about trust, you have to also compare it to something like Haaland. Yeah, when people want to, when his teammates at Man City want to pass the ball, they look onto Haaland and say, you know what? Yeah, we actually do trust Haaland to score goals, and they would send that ball across to Haaland because they do trust. There's an element of trust. There's no element of trust with Gyokeres right now. You have to give us numbers. You have to give us something to run with. That's all I'm saying. And the Southern Gunner is saying something here. But shout out to the Southern Gunner, our big brother. You know, it says here, if Odegaard, Martinelli, and Saka are off the ball, then how does the striker be successful? Again, it is what it is, isn't it?
No, but there's another thing as well. In the Bruges, listen, receipts galore. There was a game against Bruges where Odegaard, and you're saying the trust thing, yeah? But really and truly, if a player's in space, you surely got to release the ball to them, whether you trust them or not. You know, because it's not like he's getting chances and he's shooting, yeah? He's just not even getting the ball at all to even turn, shoot, or anything. Because we know what his ball striking is like, yeah? It's very good. He can strike a ball. But we're not seeing that right now. So Odegaard, who's a pinnacle in our side, yeah, if he's not passing to him, yeah, this is a big problem as well. I think this is a problem as well. This is just as bad.
Okay, I'll ask you this question. When Jesus came on the two occasions that Jesus have come on to play for us since his injury, was he starved of the ball? I mean,
no, because he's come on at a time.
Ball?
He's come on at a time where defenders are probably like tiring as well, worked, so spaces are going to open up during the game. That happens in games, man. He's not. He's watch Jesus start a game.
You're saying pure fact. It's pure fact you're saying, but I mean, it's all geared towards an excuse. And again, that's the problem I have. Everyone is looking for an excuse to cover up Gyokeres. And I don't think that will help us out, bro. Bro, we need to win the league, bro. Bro, if this is not clear, bro, we need to win the league. This will be the fourth time we're not gonna, bro. In 4 tries, bro. Instead of us bickering about this Gyokeres issue, let us bring someone who's gonna work for us for now. Until Gyokeres, again, I'm not saying it's a fraud. I'm just saying the system isn't working for him. And if the system isn't working for him,
who do you want in that number 9 position right now? If I ask you,
now this is what I'm suggesting. There will be some games where we would have to start Gyokeres. There will be some other games where we would have to start with Jesus and allow Gyokeres come in the second half because he's not giving us something extra. The goal scoring opportunities are not coming with him. And again, just look at the game. That's why I asked you this direct question. How did you see Jesus get onto the ball when he played against Brook, when he played against Wolves? Bro, you don't wait for other teammates to actually get the ball to you. Sometimes, you have to tweak the system. You rage, you go and get it. And that's what Jesus does. And he does that effortlessly. But the thing there is that I'm not going to say, let's just use Jesus all alone. He's just coming from an injury layoff of over 1 year. We can sparingly use him. But what I'm actually trying to say here is that I'm not going to say, let's just keep Gyokeres and make sure it works out. No. He can come in from the bench sometimes. He could start sometimes in certain kind of games that we really do need his expertise in trying to hold off defenders and open up spaces for our outlet players to just come into the game and bring them into the game. Yeah, I completely get that. But there's some other games where we don't need him to be there. We need someone who can work the magic technically. Bro, I've seen Gyokeres one-on-one with defenders. And bro, they brush him aside, bro. And that's meant to be a strong guy. Bro, they don't push him aside, bro. Bro, they just toss him aside, bro. I've seen it, bro. So there's no cover-ups in this, bro. What you see is what you get. And that's the difference. With Odegaard, with Martinelli, with Saka, they can paper over the cracks. They can hide. Odegaard can flick his hair and do those runs and just, act as if he's doing something, but he's doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. But you know what? It will go and things will paper over the cracks if we win those games. But when you're a striker, it's clear. You need to get goals. If you're not getting goals, there's no papering over cracks, bro. No one will be papering over anything.
Let me ask
How many goals have you scored?
Let me ask you a question, yeah? And Isak's gone to Liverpool this season, yeah? And he's not quite hit it off. Is it the same situation with Isak as well? Because he's not scoring. He's only scored 1 goal, I think, in a cup or something like that. Is it the same situation with Isak? Or is it no, because he's got a history, so he's okay because he's gone to Liverpool? Is it the same thing right now that he's because Ekatike is the main man there, right?
No, it can never be this. It can never be the same thing because Isak has proven himself in this league. Gyokeres hasn't done that. He needs to prove himself. He needs to announce himself to this league. And I'm sorry, when you've only scored 4 goals, bro, in this league with an Arsenal team that there's lots of profligacy of chances. Bro, it's not good enough. It's not good. I mean, again, it's clear. It's not good enough. We need more numbers. We need our point man scoring more goals for us. If not, City will gazump us, and they will. Bro, don't get this twisted. They will gazump us unless we find some lasting solution to our striking problems, bro. It's a big, massive issue. And if we keep bickering about Gyokeres, we're gonna lose the big picture, and City will just run away with this title once again. I mean, it's clear. They're gonna run away with it right now. You know, so let's allow us. We claim we have squad depth. Let's use our squad depth. Let's use Jesus. When Kai Havertz comes in, let's give him a fair shot. If he scores goals, I'm all up for that. I'm shameless right now. I need a trophy now. You know, so, but to just say Gyokeres is our point man, even if he's not scoring goals, let's keep him there. But bro, it doesn't make sense at this point, bro. Even you know, deep down in your heart, you know it doesn't make sense. You know you have to make use of other options if that option isn't working. You know what they say about a fool, innit? It's someone that, you know, does a thing again and thinks it's gonna work, innit?
I you know what? Yeah, obviously we're two different thinkers, innit? So, you know, I both think differently. I just think it's a bit of both, innit? I just think that, you know, this guy is being set up to fail, but I also think that Gyokeres should be doing much more in this position as well. Yeah, but you can't, as Wira said, if you can't get the ball, how are you going to score, man? How are you going to score goals if you're not even getting the ball? But then you can say if he's not getting,
get the ball like Jesus does. That's why I put that as a perfect foil, because Jesus is not waiting for Odegaard to pass to him. He's actually tweaking the system. He's running like a marauding beast, rolling around looking for the ball, and that's why he gets the ball, bro. He's not waiting for Odegaard to send the ball to him. They didn't build the system for Jesus. Even if he tries in the system, it's not built around him. So he has to actually go and get the ball. Gyokeres, go get the ball. Make some runs, bro. Make some runs. You are too one-dimensional. And Gyokeres, I like you, bro. I like you, bro. I don't have anything against you. People are saying you're a fraud. I don't think you're a fraud. I think you're a victim of circumstances, victim of this manager that we have at the football club. But again, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm a starving Arsenal fan. Yeah, I'm not a pretending one. I'm a starving Arsenal fan. By the way, I see the bigger picture. If you are not going to score goals for me, I have the integrity to say I have failed in my diagnosis of you as a perfect fit for Arsenal Football Club. I would not run over it. I would say as it is. Yeah, I have failed in that analysis. You might not be the perfect fit for this football club while this manager is still here. By the way, I think you could, if you put more effort, you can be able to break the matrix. You can just easily take the blue pill and run circles around the defenders. The same thing Jesus is doing right now to get the balls. He doesn't have to wait for Odegaard to pass to him. He doesn't have to wait for Madueke to get. Bro, he wants the ball. He gets it. Just go get the ball like that. Because right now, you are not fighting for the manager. You're fighting for your own reputation. Right now, your own reputation. So break away from the system. Do what you think can help you get to those goals. And then let the fallout with the manager be public. Then we know what the problem really is. But right now, you cannot say you're following the manager's orders and your reputation is down the gutters. Your confidence is down the gutters. I don't trust your shooting. I don't even trust you to make those runs. Bro, this man is not even in and about where he's to actually score those goals, bro. He's not there. I mean, I saw the goal, yeah.
He's going to score on Saturday, you know. I've got a feeling he's going to score on Saturday, bro. I've just got a feeling. I've got a feeling.
You got a feeling he's going to score against Everton, bro?
Yeah, I've got a feeling.
Two of the worst teams that have conceded in this league. Man has not put goals behind them, bro. I'm shocked at this cover-up for Gyokeres. I mean, West Ham have conceded record amount of numbers already this season, bro. Man couldn't put goals against, bro. Wolves one of the worst teams.
Okay.
Bro. The record is even going to be worse than Derby County, bro.
Okay, Tony.
Than the record in the Premiership, bro. And man did not score goals against them.
Who took the
It's a crisis, bro.
Listen.
Crisis.
You're going to understand what I say right here, yeah? Then we're going to talk about Ben White in a minute, yeah? If Timber hadn't jumped up against Chelsea, yeah, and headed that goal, Gyokeres would have headed that, and we'd have won the game, yeah? And then the blow wouldn't have been as bad. But you know what? Circumstances, Timber went for the ball, Gyokeres didn't get it. Do you know what I mean? It's fine margins in this game, bro. As I said, if he goes to Everton and he scores a hat trick, yeah, no one ain't going to be cussing him out. So, you know what? I hear what you're saying. Very good points from the chat as well. You know, there's different views in it. Everyone's got different views on Gyokeres right now. Which,
yeah, it's what it is.
I understand. And yeah, it is what it is. Should we move on?
And again, it's for a reason. It's not that someone would just come out and say, "Hey, I want to beef against you." But bro, it's only a stupid person that would do that, bro. Yeah. You know, and you know me, I'm Arsenal true and true. I want my team to win. You know, but again, he's not. See, bro. Sometimes, yeah, you have to give us something to run with. Give us something to run with, bro. You can't defend someone who's not giving you something to defend him with. He has to give you something to defend him and say, "Oh, okay, good. You're talking all this smack talk about him, but look at the goals he's scoring. He's not scoring many goals or bagging many goals, but look at what he's got. Look at what he's brought to the team." And again, Abs, yeah, I've always told you, if you're not scoring goals for me, not to worry. Give me 20 assists. I take assists. I reconcile them in my own account books as goals. So if you're not scoring goals for me, no problem. I swear to you, if Gyokeres had maybe like 15 or 10 assists rather than 0 goals, do you know what? Yes.
No.
Bro, if he had 15 assists in this campaign or 15, 16 assists, yeah, in this campaign, I will be the #1 guy, yeah, championing him to be in that team. You know, it's simple. I equate assist with goals. If you're not scoring goals for me, you better be putting up assists. But he's not doing none. So he's at the end of the day, what does that translate to? He's not giving you anything to defend him anywhere. I can't say, oh, Gyokeres is in this team not to score goals, but to assist the team. Oh, Gyokeres is not assisting the team, but he's scoring goals. Bro, none of those arguments works with rival fans. What rival, and again, you see things differently. Rival fans are seeing things differently. They think it's garbage, bro. Me and you still think something can still come out of this, bro. Ask Mark what he thinks about Gyokeres. He'll tell you it's garbage, bro.
Bro, I don't even care what these rivals.
Rival fans will tell you it's garbage. Side will say, it doesn't really look good. And that side that has everything positive to say about Arsenal. Bro, we're being mocked, bro. We're being mocked all over the internet with this Gyokeres thing, bro. We're being laughed at. We're being mocked. Bro, the worst part will be that Arsenal fans won't even show up to streams no more. Seriously, bro. They won't even, bro, after we lose this title to Man City, we're not going to show up to streams no more. So it's better now that we have the chance, let's forget all this Gyokeres talk and let's use our depth to try and salvage something, bro. Because this will be the most biggest slagging off in history of Arsenal fans all over the internet, bro. Our faces will be there. It will be there. I mean, you could say, I never said we're going to win the title. Bro, you're an Arsenal fan, bro. You will be slagged off because you're an Arsenal fan. The talk, it will touch you, bro. Because they would say, you've won nothing. Yes? It will touch everyone.
Tony.
We need to win, bro. We need to win.
Someone wants to join the stream. Matty wants to join the stream. Are you good with that?
Yeah, sure.
Good with that, yeah?
Who is that?
Matty, Southern.
Sure. Of course.
Okay, let's bring him.
You don't even need to ask. Matty's our
No.
brother.
You're my brother, so the respect is.
Yeah, sure.
Of course. Yeah. He's just gonna. But this is an interesting situation.
And if Matty comes on, I'm gonna argue with him, bro. I'm not gonna let him slip, bro. I'm gonna argue with Matty. I'm not having it, bro. So if Matty is coming, Matty, I'm gonna make it uncomfortable for you, bro. Big up to people in the chat. Static, long head Yeti, my guy. I'll be having a show with him this week.
Yeah. Big up to big up to Yeti for doing us a favor. Well, not so much a favor, but for battering these forwards of a team. Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. When he meant send the thing, I don't know what he meant. He's lucky. Yeah, he's pulling up. He'll be pulling up in a minute.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Do you know what, Tony? Yeah. As I said, I want you to watch Southern's video later because I think you will slightly.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I'll definitely check it out.
Because when you were saying what you were saying yesterday, yeah, I was like, Tony, I kind of hear it. I hear a lot of it. A lot of this is, you know what? This has to be Gyokeres, yeah. You've come into a team, you know what the system's like, yeah. But I still disagree that the system that we have should be adapted for a striker like let me just see, like Gyokeres to come in. You know, any good manager is going to adapt this system for a new striker, unless they have an agenda and they want someone else to come back in the team. Big up to Matty Guna in the building.
Big up to Matty.
Make sure you subscribe to Matty.
Matty,
you've been listening to what's going on.
Matty gets the po people. He gets the po. He's our brother, man. Come on, guys. Po. He gets it, bro. Matty, how you doing, man? Thanks for honoring us and puffing it
every single time,
brothers. I had to go out and step out and get some lunch here. I had to get a little soupy. Early ride. I had an early start today, brother Abs. So I had to get some nourishment for the soul, you know. So on the way back home, I'm listening. Tony, have you watched my video this morning?
No, I'm hearing raving views about it, but I mean, I was at work and I just came back and I jumped on the show with Abs. So I'm immediately we finish, I'm gonna jump straight right into watching it.
It was the first thing I said to him when we started.
Yeah, exhibit A right here. We'll give him the cliff note. This was last year, Tony. This was last year in the Champions League against Inter Milan.
Yeah,
1-0 Inter Milan. What makes you think that this is going to change this year? Look at the middle there. Nothing's going to the middle right there. Nothing's going right there, Tony. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Tony. Wait a minute. I want to find the right one that I pulled up this morning. Where is it at here?
Is that the Odegaard one?
No, the Gyokeres one. Here we go. I'm going to just drop it in. Should pop right up on there. Let me see if it'll pop up. If it won't, I have to I'm going to close that one out and open up the other one. Give me a second. 1 second, Alex. Because when you see the tail of the tape, here we go. This was against Wolves this weekend. Look at your striker. Look where your striker is, Tony. Look who going to the park with. Look who going to hang out with. Look right there. Look who's all in front of him.
Yeah.
There he is right there. How's that going to impact? How's that right there? How is that going to impact this gentleman here? People are saying, and I said it this morning. Don can attest to this. He was there. I'll say it again. People are saying he's not thriving. I personally say he's overachieving with what he's working with. To have 4 goals in this team, considering that the manager's playing from the wings, he's playing the same style of football he played last year. Saka sitting on 1 assist. Martinelli has no assists, 0, nothing. We're in 17 games of football. 17. We're halfway through the season, gentlemen. 0 assists. The only man that was cutting the mustard on the wing was Trossard, and Trossard's in and out due to what? Injury. Matt Wakey hadn't been given a quality chance. I would have liked to have seen Matt Wakey play this past weekend, considering he had 2 goals on Wednesday night. He's in form. Let's see what he can do with him. When we go back to the beginning of the season, and Matt Wakey was there with Gyokeres, Gyokeres gets the ball. He's at least attempting to try to get the ball to it. I said it this morning. Any player that has not played under Arteta his entire career, if for some odd reason they can get on the pitch and find Gyokeres. Max Diamond gets on the pitch, can find Gyokeres. Eze comes in. What was one of Eze's first passes? To who? Gyokeres. But yet, you got Martin Odegaard, who's sitting there, the chief culprit. Martin Odegaard, he is like, you ever watch that Denzel Washington movie? What's that Denzel Washington movie? The one where they pulled the bank heist on him, and he interviewing all these folks. Yeah. And they robbing the bank on him. While he interviewing folks, they robbing the bank. They clearing out. That's what Odegaard doing. Odegaard, he's letting everybody else do all the talk. You know, Martinelli, he let Gyokeres. So everybody else getting it. But then when you get
inside man.
Shout out to the chat. Inside man. This is what this is. This is an inside job. People come, oh, well, Odegaard's been hurt. He's played 10 games, 1 assist. We pulled it up this morning. I think it was 3-8 last year. He's getting paid top dollar. Top dollar. Martinelli, top dollar. Top dollar. Declan Rice has got to go from front to back to front. He's leading the team in assists. Declan Rice. Your defensive midfielder is leading the team in assists. Eze comes from Crystal Palace. A shadow of his former self. A shadow. This brother's lifted 2 trophies in the same calendar year. That's more than what Arteta had done in 3 years. He held 2 trophies. Gyokeres, trophies where he coming from. Trossard got Brighton competing. Matt Wakey, he comes over here with pressure on his shoulders. Max Diamond, the high heavens. You can't. What we all summer? Max Diamond. How many times did Max Diamond feature with this team? Did y'all, when we was up 3-0 against Spurs, did he put him in there? Nah. We up 4-0 against Bruges. What did he do? Put a defensive player in. When they got a 16-year-old defensive player and put him in. Then you look at the striker. We ran through the tape this morning. Odegaard had 4 chances on 1 play to pass the ball to him, and he went to the wing. You think I'm crazy?
But don't you think that that has to do with the amount of trust that they don't have in Gyokeres right now? He's not firing on all cylinders. He's not a confident striker. He might be dropping in deep. Again, we can talk about this dropping in deep, but how is his confidence level? How is his confidence level? Why is he dropping down deep? Maybe even dropping down deep might even be the way that he could actually literally get the ball in any way.
You tell me this is a trust issue right there.
Can you also pull up Gabriel Jesus hit map when he came on to play?
Pull this up right here.
No, Matty. Can you also pull up Gabriel Jesus hit map when he came on to play in FC Brugge and also in that matchup against Wolves?
I do you one better, Tony.
Let's see his hit map so that let's know if Arteta is telling Gabriel Jesus something else and telling Gyokeres something else. Bro, we need to come to the understanding of that, because I don't know why Jesus is going to be getting the ball. He's more effective on the ball. He's getting the ball. He's playing as a number 9. He has more options cutting in from the wings, and he's looking good. He's getting onto the ball, and he doesn't even need Odegaard to do that for him. So let's see where the problem really is. I know it's Arteta. This is the issue. It's Arteta. But
let's start at 23. Let's start at 23. 4 goals, 5 assists.
No, Matty.
No, wait a minute, Tony.
I know Jesus doesn't score goals. I'm talking of his hit map. The hit map.
I think he's trying to make a point.
11 goals, 6 assists. 11 goals, 6 assists. We'll go back 21-22. 8 goals, 8 assists. We're gonna go back. 9 goals, 4 assists. All right, we're gonna go. This is all the way back to City now. We all the way back at City. 14-7. That was his best year ever. How many years ago was that, Tony? 2019. That's 2019. This is 26.
I know his numbers isn't good. I'm not arguing about that. I'm just saying. I want to get to the root of why Gyokeres is actually playing from that position. That's what I said. Pull up Gabriel Jesus hit map the same way you brought in the hit map of Gyokeres where he's situated him, so that let us see how the balls got to Jesus. Let's see what's the difference between Jesus getting the ball and Gyokeres getting the ball. That's what I'm saying.
Without even having to find that, because I don't have it. That's why I'm not. If I had
it, okay. Yeah, then I get you. Yeah, I get you.
What the difference is. I'm going to tell you what the difference is. It's the manager. It's the manager. You telling me a player that has scored 97 goals, and I said it this morning, 97 goals, and this brother in the chat said, "Well, Jesus was a never prolific scorer." That's a part of the problem, because everybody is saying bring him on to do something when he's never been a scorer anyway. He's never done it. So what makes you think now him coming off of all these injuries, 4 knee surgeries in the last 2 years, 3 years, he's going to come in and go to the next level? I said this morning, and I'll say it again right here. We are playing with players that are out of service. They're broken. These players are done. And so when you bring in a player like Gyokeres that you're supposed to get the best out of, you telling me you can't go out there, you look over at Juventus. If we had a player like Yildiz in the team, you had a player like Rodrigo in the team. Phil Foden. Look at all these informed players and look what they're doing with the players they got. And then you look over at our players, these so-called players that everybody's been talking about for the last 3-4 years. We're on 3, 4, 5 years with some of these players. And people are turning around here acting as if now Jesus is going to come in and save this team. As Havertz is going to come in and save this team. When we have an absolute bevy of work to show that every time they've been placed in the situation to do the said job that people are asking them to do now, they cannot do it. So you know what's coming. We know what's coming here. The problem here is this manager has a set of tools and he doesn't know what to do. Somebody bought him a drill for Christmas and he don't know how to plug it up. He's running around here trying to call everybody, trying to figure out how to plug the drill into plug the drill in. This is why I said this morning what I said. Bertha was very slick with what he did. He went and got, hey, you say you supposed to be this so-called manager. Hey, you take him and work with him. We'll get you Eze. Take him. Because see, the excuse was going to be immediately, and he peeped it out very quickly, that when Havertz went down, oh, we injuries. No, we'll fix that. I'm going to buy Eze. Buys Eze, top. Can't say he don't know what he's doing. You can't say he don't know how to play. We've seen it. And then here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, everybody trying to force this player to work with him, to force this player to work with him, to force this player to work with him. I'll say it again. Martinelli has 0 assists all season long.
That's a shocking fact for me.
1 assist all season long, maybe 2. Odegaard, 1 assist. The crazy thing is when you go back and look at Odegaard, let me pull him up here. Look at Odegaard. This is even crazier. Because when you see
Odegaard is even worse.
He's even worse.
Odegaard is even worse, and that to be the chief. That to be the chief creator of the team, though.
This is what I'm saying. And so when you go all the way down to Odegaard, and you look, and then this year you'll see it say it's 1 assist here. 10 games, 1 assist. But then you go to last year. What's changing? What's changing? Then you go the year before that. This brother's struggling to get 16 assists.
Yeah.
When you talk about prolific passing and being able to get people involved, because he's dubbed the creative spark, right? They dub him the creative spark. He's the man that pulls the strings in midfield. What's the number one job of a midfielder? We've all coached, we've all refereed, what have you. What do we tell midfielders to do? Pass the ball to where? The striker. Get the ball to the striker. Get the ball to the wing. Get the ball through to the striker. These are fundamental flaws that these players have been dealing with because the manager, see, this is what I said this morning. I'll say it again. This manager has not developed these players good enough to deal with a player like this. Because if those players are good, as people say they are, then they will be able to turn around and then not only make themselves look good, but they make the other person look good. Why do you think everybody was screaming?
But again, Marty.
Let me land this, Tony. Let me land this. Why do you think people this summer was on their head about bringing in Rodrigo? Because we're still having what? The same problem on the left-hand side when Martinelli come in. When Trossard comes in, the drop-off is out of this world. When Trossard comes out, the drop-off is out of this world. And we don't have somebody that can do what on the outside? What? Create. Ethan Nweri. He even tried. That's another one that gets to try to get the ball to him. The problem here, Tony, is that these players are underdeveloped when it comes to this manager. And now it's crunch time. It's just like I was talking about Ken this morning. It's crunch time. Everybody is going straight to the striker. When in fact, we had 2 years. You know it. All three of us sat on the panel. We all were screaming about Ivan Toney. But
Matty, so did we go for Kai Havertz also?
Yeah, Tony, that was
we went for Kai Havertz's head on a platter when he didn't score his goals. It's not unfair. It's not unfair, Matty, when we're talking about Gyokeres. And actually, we spent so much money in acquiring this. Again, I think he's a world-class striker, Matty. This is the thing. I think he's world-class. But again, if we're having a manager who's not bringing out the best out of him, then why did he come in the first place, though? Because when you're making this kind of moves, you must have already had your talks with the manager. You already know his system. You must have already given you assurances of how you're going to play, how he's going to merge you into the system. And you agreed, and you said you liked this stuff. You fought for it. You even actually, bro, he was a legend in Portugal. He left his legendary status in Tatis to come and fight for this manager. So I don't want to hear it that, he can't adapt to this. Bro, sometimes, when shit hits the fan, sometimes you have to now fight for it. This man has scored 100 and something goals, Matty. 100 and something goals in about nearly 2 seasons in Portugal, also in Europe. So let's just explicate that fact that he was doing it domestically, but he was also doing it against the elites in Europe too. Bro, I've seen Gyokeres in Europe, and he still doesn't even look half of what he was looking like when he was in Portugal playing against this same European opposition. So I'm clearly amazed. He's not scoring goals, Matty. Let's don't sugarcoat this thing. I'm not saying throw him away. Again, I think Gyokeres is a little striker. I wanted him in this football club, but sometimes if the system isn't being tweaked for you, what do you do? What do you do, Matty? You make it work for you. You tweak into that same system. You rage against the machine and try and score some goals. That's all you have to do. Matty, Kylian Mbappe left PSG. When he came down to Real Madrid, he stank up the place for the first month he was there. Yeah, he stank up the place. What do world-class players do? They adapt to certain systems and they make it their own. And look at him at Real Madrid. He's scoring goals right now, and no one cares because he's scoring goals. And again, that's an entirely different system. They're playing at PSG. Entirely different system. And again, Matty, if Madueke, was playing a different system in Chelsea Football Club, coming into this football club, it was cursed. Many people didn't like it. Even me, I cursed at that signing. I was like, why him? Another Chelsea reject again. And I'm seeing man getting into positions, to score goals. He's creating and he's scoring. He's scoring against Bayern Munich, and there was a goal he scored. The second goal he scored against FC Brugge, where they crossed the ball. Do you know where man was the second goal? He was hugging the post. Was at the near post, hugging it. That's where I want to see my striker pop in. Gyokeres was in and around the area, but he wasn't really there. I mean, see, we can blame Mikel Arteta. We can do the easy thing and blame it. We already know it has been the problem right from time. But sometimes Gyokeres is to make certain runs. Let him make some certain runs. I see Haaland making certain runs. That team is built around him, but yet he makes some certain runs to get them ahead. Look at that game against Crystal Palace. That game, it was solely meant for Crystal Palace to win that game. They hit the post twice. They were getting on into more of the chances in that game. But what happens? The striker comes in to bail them out. He made the run and he bailed them out from nowhere. That's what I'm saying. From nowhere. Gyokeres has to give us something to run with, Matty. He has to give us something to run with. He has to give us something. If we're defending him, at least let's say, oh, you have like 10 goals in the bag. Oh, okay, the system is bad. You haven't adapted to the system. Okay, you have like 9 goals. Okay, we can paper the cracks. The real reason why this Gyokeres thing can be papered up, just the way Odegaard's form is being papered up, just the way Saka's form could be papered up, is because it's in the striking position. There are no lies. The numbers would give you the real deal. So Odegaard can feign as if he's doing things on the pitch. Saka could feign as if he's doing things on the pitch. Martinelli could feign as if they're doing something on the pitch. Yeah. If we win, it's all good. They'll clap for them. But in that striker position, if you're not getting the goals, Matty, this criticism is warranted. I'm sorry, bro. He has to give us something to run with. And again, Matty, the final one before I let it drop the mic here. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying Gyokeres is a fraud. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he hasn't adapted to the system. He's one-dimensional right now, yeah? And he has failed in the system. He's not getting us where we want to. And Matty, this is our 4th try in trying to get this title. I want it. I'm striving for it. I want it. So rather than bickering about this Gyokeres thing, why don't we switch things up in that number 9 area when Jesus bring him into the game first half, or Gyokeres start the first half and Jesus should come in the second half? If he stinks up the place, how can I have a number 9 and I don't have that full trust that man is going to score against the worst side in the Premier League, bro? Yeah, that West Ham, that record amount of goals they've scored against them. I can't trust Gyokeres to score against them. Against Wolves, bro, one of the worst team in the Premiership it will be, because they're on their way to breaking that Derby County league record, innit? Yeah, and I can't even count on Gyokeres to score against the worst team, bro. No matter how the system is that bad, the worst team in the Premier League, bro. Come on, bro. There has to be some. Matty, even you said that, bro. Matty, and you know I love your shows. You know I love watching you, my brother. You know that, bro. You're not your disciple, bro. You know that. Matty, even you said that. You said that. If Gyokeres doesn't score against Wolves, questions need to be asked. You said that.
Sorry, but no one scored against Wolves the other day. I just want to play something from Yasser. Yeah, Yasser told me to play this. Please listen to this. Yeah, please. Can you hear it? Yeah.
Big up, but I just wanted to say this. Yeah, obviously I'm listening to the conversation of you, Tony, and Matty. I think, in my opinion, it's both. And I think there's not just a system problem; it's also it's Gyokeres as well. Yeah, but strikers like Gyokeres rely on the service. I think that's probably what Tony doesn't get. Like, a striker relies on his service, especially the strikers that aren't really good at holding the ball and link up play. Then it's just about providing them with the assist. Like, you just gotta provide them in it. And with Gyokeres, he's a striker that he doesn't just do the runs in behind. He also one of them strikers that likes to go wide, get the through ball ahead of him, and then he runs towards the ball. So you know, if you look at those things, I've said this before Gyokeres came, and when we found out you were linked to Gyokeres, my thing was always that you guys have to, Arteta has to adapt the system to get the best out of Gyokeres. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not something where you just bring him in and he can do a job. That's usually for false nine systems and stuff like that. And I think he's not a false.
There you go. Yes, sir. That's it.
Has to be adapted. It has to be adapted.
But we know the manager again. We know the manager is not tweaking for anyone. We know this. It's not tweaking for anyone. We know this. It's a mainstay.
So that's
he gets paid 15.6 million. He gets paid 15.6 million. That's his job description. When you get a top flight player and he's coming in and your boss is saying, hey, this is the player I'm getting for you. I've got to figure out a way to make this work. I've got to figure out a way to make this work. The fact that he's not trying that tells me there's something going on there with why he does not want to do that. That's my concern. If Gyokeres was doing the same thing Eddie Nketiah was doing when Eddie was getting all these chances and we would say, yeah, King of Zamunda singing. Okay. You know, Kai Havertz bumming the ball off his shoulder, missing the ball completely. Then I would say, you know what? Yeah, man, it's issue. This brother's coming in. He's played a complete game of football, and he has not received the pass. Not received the pass. Look at this Abs. Right here. Minute.
Oh, yeah.
He's not received a pass, Tony. And look where he's at majority of the game. Against Brugge. This is why I said this manager, this was a C. Berta was real slick. He's sitting there. He wants to see what can you do with this. You're a manager. What show me you can manage? Because if you can manage, you can find a way to get the best out of this player. He's doing it he's done everything he could to make sure Havertz was successful at his football club. He's done everything to make sure Mikel Merino was successful. He took him from the midfield to the front. Hell, now you even got no guard playing defense, which is probably going to happen in the next week or two. If one of these players get hurt, he's going to be playing defense again. No guard. The reality of this is not, is the player suited for the system? It's will the manager suit the system to the player? Because I set up last night and watched hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I do this all the time. Vance know this. We do it all the time. This ain't just we sitting up once. We work with 3, 4, 5 nights a week. We sit around watching ball. I'm telling you now, if Harry Kane was to walk out of Bayern Munich today and left, Bayern Munich would come over here. They would take him. They would take him over there, and we having a whole different discussion. If Gyokeres walked out of this team today, all these people running around here talking about, oh, yeah, he tried to, because they know he's a goal scorer. He's a goal scorer. It's a proven fact.
I have the problem with that. I'm just saying he needs to give us something more. You know, we know the system isn't working for him. But I mean, just fine. Give us something. Give us something. I'm not, bro. Even the runs he makes. Matty, see, yeah. I mean, even the runs he makes, yeah. I don't see inspired by confidence. That's what I'm saying. His confidence level has dropped so badly that even the same players he's playing with can't even trust him with the ball. I'm sorry, Matty. You have to give me something, bro.
He shouldn't be starting it.
I hear it. I agree with you. I completely agree with everything you said. It's true. There's no questions about that. But again, when you watched him play against Wolves, did you see the same question I asked our brother Wafu Don? Did you see any confidence in him at the times he got the ball?
Tony, the manager saying, according to this, the manager saying the same thing I'm saying. Look here. Look right here. The manager saying the same thing I'm saying. The manager saying the same thing I'm saying.
It is what it is, right?
Because there's no way you telling me you got a strike out there, y'all ain't passing to him. Now, some of them might be what you said, Tony. We don't trust him. Well, you need to figure out how you're gonna trust this man, because you got to work with him. And trust me, his contract is a little bit longer than everybody else. So regardless of the fact, he's gonna be regardless.
Regardless of the fact, yeah,
figure out
exactly.
And that's the bottom line here: is that this Odegaard, either Odegaard needs to ship up, or he needs to shape out, be shipped out, one of the two. And I said it last year, and I said it again here. I said it before. Some of these players we've outgrown. We've outgrown some of these players. We're on year 4 of trying to compete for honors. In the same 4, keep giving the same problem we keep having out of the same players that we be talking about getting over the line. It's time for some of these players to be moved on. These emotional attachments to Odegaard. It's time to cut the umbilical cord. How old is he?
Thank you very much.
So now Arteta is now blaming the players now. I mean, this Arteta is a very shameless goat, bro. He's a shameless he-goat, bro.
Odegaard.
I mean, you're blaming the players. The blame is on you. It's on the system you're playing, bro.
It's on a lot of them, Tony.
This man is shameless, bro.
Martinelli, 0 assists. Odegaard, 1 assist. Saka, 2 assists. Eze, 2 assists. The striker, 4 goals. Damn, bro, how you get 4 goals and ain't nobody passing to you? Ain't that remarkable? He finds 4 goals and ain't nobody passing to him. And then let's not forget, when he was trying to get a penalty kick, what did Saka do? I'm taking the damn penalty. Get out of my way.
Yeah, I'm taking it. Yeah. That one. Yeah, that one. But when it was Kai Havertz, they gave it to him. Yeah, they actually rallied around him and gave it to him.
They run to him.
Yeah. That's true. That's true talk. Yeah, that's true. I agree.
They love that man. And then Gyokeres comes in. The plan was Havertz was going to be the man this year. Gyokeres would probably come in behind him, but see, everything flipped. And so you got to sense, hey, let's figure out how to make this work. You got this brother here. All you got to do is feed the striker. The man can't eat if you don't feed him.
Say that again.
Hey, the man can't eat if you don't feed him. You can't feed him with a closed hand. You can't eat with a closed hand, man. The man needs to be fed. Feed the beast. Feed the beast.
Feed the beast.
Might get a different result.
I mean, I hear you, but again, you can look at it from from different sides, because Matty, I want to win the title. I'm tired, bro. I mean, you know how many years we've been going through this, man. I mean, I want to win the title. If Gyokeres is not scoring, this is the matter I'm talking about. If he's not scoring goals, then let's use the ones that even know the system a bit. That could give us an extra bit of something going forward. How about that? That's what I'm just saying. I've not criticized the player, like critiquing him. Like I've not been so hard on him. I'm just saying, hey, you're a victim of circumstances, a victim of this system. And I understand that. I clearly get it. And you're not really giving me goals to be able to kind of like portray you in a different kind of light. So this is what I'm going to say. You could start in some certain games. Merino starting some certain games. Jesus starting some certain games. And someone will come in from the bench. I mean, let's mix it up a little bit since Gyokeres isn't really there and we're fighting for the title. Maybe if we're not fighting for the title, that's a different thing altogether. We could use Gyokeres all we want and try all the whole experiment we want on him. But right now, nothing is happening. The big sharks are behind us. Instead of bickering about that, let's try and get something going on. How about that? Or should we just allow everything to just collapse again for the 4th time while trying to shoehorn Gyokeres into the team and he's not scoring goals?
Tony, in that you have to go back. What you just said, you have to go back. And I always tell you this all the time, whether we're on the phone or off the phone. I say this all the time. You have to step back 300,000 feet and look at the situation. The question that needs to be asked is, why are we finding ourselves in this same problem, having this same problem every year, regardless of the fact? Because the players that we're saying are the same players that's they bottled 8 points. They've bottled 2. They finished behind 14. And now we're having the same problem where they've erased 6. Now they're down to 2. The only difference is the new player came in the door. Two or three new players come in. Go ahead.
When's the last player that scored 20 goals? When's the last striker that scored 20 goals for Arsenal?
Aubameyang.
And what did Arteta do with him?
Right there.
Played him, yeah, done that, but he also played him as a left wing, left wing back. So it can't just be the player, Tony.
What about Pepe? Lacazette?
Yeah.
I mean,
where we are in it, where we are in it. I mean, we are. See, the fact is that we know the problem, Matty. It's not that we all don't know the issues. We know the problem. The problem is the manager. This is it. But the manager is not going anywhere soon, and that's where the real issue lies. He's going nowhere. So somehow we have to make use of what we need.
He will if the fans come together. He will if fans listen. If the fans come together, yeah. Remember, Tony, you were saying to me, yeah, where is the plaques? You man are in the UK, yeah.
Yeah, in London, yeah. Plaques, no one. Yeah?
If
absolutely no one with the placard,
yeah, that guy will be out of here. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the cronkies say. You know, if it's the media, yeah, you see the media, people are in the stands leaving early, people are putting up plaques. The guy's gone because we cannot go another 10 years because you know what? Big Steve on the Big Six yesterday season, he said this: if Arsenal don't win the league this season, yeah, they will never win it.
Look, Tony. I mean, not
we're getting older. Yeah, go on.
Share this right here. This is it right here. This is it right here. This before that goal went in. This brother here, right here, whoever this gentleman is. Why is what he was saying. Why? He knows. See, you can only front for so long. We know what's coming. We know what's coming. I told y'all this is Isle of Patmos settings this year. I told y'all, I've been telling y'all that since last summer. I'm telling y'all, because the manager would not turn from his wicked ways. He would not turn from his wicked ways. The manager, regardless of the fact.
I don't think Arteta is going anywhere in the next 5 years. I'm sorry. I don't think it's going anywhere.
You telling me?
I don't think so. This fan base don't have the cojones to do anything. Bro, read the room. Read the room. No one. So that's why I'm all for solutions. What can we do right now? Because he's going nowhere. Let's be frank about that.
Tony, they had it at halftime when it was when they had it when it was 1-0 Wolves, and they came. Well, excuse me, when Wolves came and tied that game up, you heard the boos. You heard it. You saw the people leaving. We seen it a couple of years back when they played. Was it Brighton Waffle when we and they had the fire drill and everybody left by. These folks know what's up. What they're doing is hanging on to a dream. They're hanging on. They want this manager to be successful, and they have every right to do that. But at the same time, the reality of this situation is deep.
Big up, Noms.
Like
real one in the house.
Nomsky, what's up, brother? That brother that I just showed y'all, that brother know deep down that when it gets tight, that this manager is going to probably end up bottling it again. I showed y'all the Champions League, what's coming in the Champions League. I showed you all these games. You've seen the schedule for the next all the way up to March 19th. Norski's right here. I talked to him for about an hour, him and Shane, after I got off the air. And I asked him the same question I asked you. Can you, without a shadow of a doubt, look at the fixtures from today all the way to March 19th and tell me we ain't dropping 9 points? Can you honestly tell me that we ain't dropping 9 points? Are you willing to put your mortgage on? We not dropping 9 points.
Do the Shannon, Tony.
No, the thing there is that what Manny's saying is the truth. We know this. It's the truth. There's no hiding from that. It's the truth, bro.
We have the fact of the matter is this: we're circling back the same circle, and it's everything is included, even down the city. What city does the usual thing where they catch us up, go past us. Now we hope somebody beat them to lose to catch them. We coming down to the last 2 weeks. We need this folk rooting for Spurs. You got all this crazy stuff going on. When in fact, when we find ourselves in situations throughout this entire period with this manager, where we have had a position of authority, we were leading. We were competing last year. We were there before they pulled it away, blew it. The year before that, 2 points behind. Year before that, blew 8 points. 4th to 5th. 8th, 5th, 5th. We've seen this. We've seen it. But what's happened is that we were so downtrodden before Arteta got here, before when after Wenger left, to a degree where we were like, oh, well, yeah, man, second place, this is great. Based off we was in 8th. But then when we say, hey, we need to be winning trophies, see, this is where the Carabao Cup stuff come from. We say, hey, man, shouldn't we be trying to win some trophies there? It's still some confidence in the players. Tony, we said that. Tony, you cussed me out over there. Talking about, hey, man, what y'all celebrating the draw for against City? We need to be going there to get a win. And then when we had the same discussion this year and we tell folks, hey, we need to be going to Liverpool to get a win. Well, we're only this many games in. We're only this many games. When you warn people and you telling them over and over, hey, man, we need to be doing this. Oh, it's only this game. It's only that. We're still on top. We're still doing this. We're still doing that. And then when it goes away, Waffle and Tony, when it goes away, everybody's saying, well, I wish we would have did this. We should have bought that. We should have done this. Maybe we should have done this. You're going to start hearing at some point. You're going to start hearing, well, maybe the manager should tweak the system for the player. That's coming. That's going to come. And it's going to shock
That's coming.
That's going to come too, right? You know, we're shameless. You know, Arsenal fans, we're shameless. We're going to do it either way. Yeah, and that's true. That's true. We're going to do it either way. But again, Matty C, yeah. What if Gyokeres, I mean, Wafudon said this earlier, yeah. What if Gyokeres, yeah, comes on and scores in that game against Everton? Let's say he scores a double, yeah, without him, like without us making him central to our play. That the system hasn't been tweaked. Just out of the blues, he scores 2 goals. In the next game, he scores 2 goals again. Then what will be the argument at that time then? So would it be that the manager hasn't tweaked anything or he has just been lacking? I just want to know what the argument will be when he starts scoring goals, because he will start scoring goals later on. I know this because I know the kind of player he is. But the thing that he hasn't really adapted to this system. That's why he's not scoring goals. And that's why I'm advocating for other players to help out why he's trying to figure out his rhythm, figure out himself. But if he scores against Everton, goes on, scores against Aston Villa, what will be the narrative at that point? Would it be, and without Arteta tweaking anything?
Well, we've stuck by him, Tony.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
By him.
Yeah, I've been day one.
Okay.
We've stuck by him.
But we believe that the man can get the job done anyway. So it's like what Wofford said. I mean, if he starts scoring, he starts scoring. We've already told y'all that. It's the folks that keep saying this man is, he's struggling. He's doing these players.
Because by then it won't be the system no more. By then it won't be, it's because of the system.
Tony,
it's because of the no passion to it. It will now be, okay, you're a world-class striker. This is what we paid you to do. Now you're doing it.
Tony, if the man.
So why can't he really do that now? So again, this thing, it could be mental too. So I don't know.
Tony, if you're asking me that question based off of the information and what I've given you, then that would just support everything that I've said, because that means no assist from Martinelli, 1 assist from Odegaard, 2 assists from Saka, 2 assists from Eze, 4 from Declan Rice, 3 from Marino. And all of a sudden he starts scoring next game. What does that tell you they've done? Oh, we got to figure out a way to get him the ball. Does that not suit?
It's as simple as that. That's a simple answer. It's as simple as that.
That tells me that, we had to go back to the drawing board, which is what they should have been doing from the rip.
Because identifying a problem and finding a solution. That's what they do.
Because we probably would have beat Aston Villa if they'd done this. We probably would have got over on Liverpool. You probably would have got City. These are the when we start talking about points drop. How many times have Tony throughout the years that you know me, I've told you cannot be throwing away points early in the season because it catches.
Yeah, sure.
And we've dropped points already. We dropped massive points already. Massive. And when you look at that game, and people think that we're going seriously crazy. They're saying, you guys, like this brother in the chat, y'all are saying this and that. No, we're telling you all that when we play games against Wolves and you see that kind of result, and then you wonder in March when we drop points against drop points against a Palace or whatever, and then you say, well, how did this happen? It was happening all along. You just because it's at the end of the season. This is what our fan base do every year.
Okay. Ma'i, what is the solution now? Because this is the thing. I'm all for the bigger picture. I want to win the trophy. Yeah, I want to win the league title, bro. Ma'i, What do we do now? Gyokeres isn't firing on all cylinders. The manager is stubborn enough. We know this manager. I want the manager out. But no, bro, as far as I'm concerned, this Arsenal fans I'm seeing right now, they don't want him out. They want him there. So we're stuck with the manager. So this is the thing. We're stuck with this guy. Yeah, because I can't lie to myself. This is the truth. It's what we're dealing with. The man is going nowhere. Bro, have you taken a look at, bro, even with that embarrassing performance against Wolves, have you seen the back, bro? Have you seen the people back this guy up in the media, bro?
It's supposed to be won the game.
They've backed him up, bro. These people have backed him up. So it's a bigger fight than both me and you would win.
Tony, I got a phone call from somebody walking out of the stadium on Saturday night with people around him. And I'm hearing people singing, and I'm hearing people saying, what the F are you singing for with a performance like that? This manager ain't winning nothing. That's what I'm hearing in the background. That's what I'm hearing from people coming out of the game. I'm hearing from people that's in the game. People are leaving. As soon as that goal went 1-1, they're up and walking out of there.
But what percentage is that, though? Because so many other guys are there. We have this Gen Z. I mean, actually, they're throwing the support on him, bro. They back him up with everything they got, bro. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what me and you say. They love the manager. The manager at the end of the day will fly out and go have an eat out with Josh. They're probably in the sauna right now talking before they even come up for training. So, I mean, this is what it is. We're stuck with the manager.
Tony.
We're stuck with him.
Tony,
why have we got this this
attachment?
Why have we got this? We give up all the time, and this is why City mock us all the time. There's going to be a conversation at end of the season if we don't win anything, yeah. And I don't care what Boy 10 is saying in there, yeah, that we can't get the. There will be conversations if this guy doesn't win anything at the end of the season. There's no way we're going six years
without winning nothing.
While Spurs won the Europa last, Crystal Palace won the FA Cup last.
United won 2 trophies.
There's no way. There's not.
Matty, don't be sunk in. This manager has also dropped the ball on 3 title challenges, and man is still here. Man is still the king. Bro, okay, throw that all away. Do you know how much Champions League has actually paid Arsenal? Arsenal have already raked in just in this round already, £14 million, people.
Tony, the ownership.
They're making money. There is no real reason. What have we done? There is no real reason for these guys to actually sack the manager. Do you think they care about trophies, bro?
I think
when he missed the first and the second one, that should have been okay. Bye bye. Okay, you don't have it. They had to wait for the third one, and now we're on the 4th one. Now you think now it's time to sack him? I don't think so, bro. We're stuck. So whatever my projection is with the manager right now, because he's going nowhere. Unless this manager comes out and say, hey, I'm leaving the football club for Barcelona or Real Madrid, that's the only way he's leaving this football club, bro. He's buddies with this guy. He's making money for them in the Champions League. It's all good. They're having a party.
Wait a minute, Tony. Wait a minute.
So you think those billionaires guys talk? Hey, sorry, mate. Go.
Yeah, watch this. You're telling me that you run Edu out of here. You run, was it Garlic? You run Garlic. Was it Garlic? You run Garlic out of here. You run out of here.
Why we bring Berta in here for then?
And you're telling me, right on the back of that, and you're telling me a whole new man that has no ties to this football club. And I've told y'all how this works. People keep thinking I'm crazy. Me and BBK, we see this over here all the time. We know what's coming. I'm telling you now. The man is on borrowed time this year. Because nobody's going to pump a billion.
I hope so. I pray so.
Not Tim Lewis. Thank you.
I hope so. I want him out.
Yeah. The manager is on borrowed time. And it's for when you keep talking about the fans, I'm telling you now, how does cancer start? Just like this. A little small, something small. And then it spread. And then before you know it, it's at a fever pitch. I'm telling you now, I'm willing to put money on it. If we did not win that game, there will be discussions today about this manager, whether he's right for the job or not. And I know this to be true.
But again, do you think Better has the power to actually sack Arteta?
He has all of the power to sack Arteta. You watch what I'm telling you.
You think so?
I think so.
He's got the influence.
The ownership.
No, does he have direct power? Does he have direct power to sack him?
Let me land this point. The ownership came out in August and said Arteta has to win trophies. S plural. Trophies. You telling me, Tony, if you spend $1 billion on a product, you don't expect to get the ultimate return from it?
Of course, I want to.
So you telling me it's okay to throw $1 billion, throw $1 billion on these players? You're putting money on players. Think about this. You're putting $1 billion on players that are probably only playing 8 games a year, 12 games a year, 10 games a year, 9 games a year. That's the product you're paying for. While not winning trophies in the process of it. While being ridiculed, being laughed at on the world stage. Look how, Tony, think about this. Let me give you something to marinate on. You know, put your hands out. You know, I'm going to drop something out there. Put your hands out. Wouldn't it be the most Arsenal thing for us to go undefeated in the Champions League phase and then turn around and get put right out the tournament right as soon as we get through?
Ooh.
Wouldn't that be the most Arsenal thing you ever seen?
What did Victor what's the name company said?
Yeah,
leagues ain't won, you know, in November. You know, we want to play you again when it really counts.
There's going to be times this year. There's going to be several chances this year where this manager's going to be put under the microscope.
I really thought we were running away with this title, bro. I mean, let's forget all this talk, bro. I really thought we were running away with this title, bro. I mean, the margin was high, bro. The margin was high, bro. We were on a high.
Tony,
and then everything just crumbled, bro.
Tony,
bro, I won't lie, bro.
If we were 8 points clear and didn't win the title and lost by, was it 3 points or something like that? I can't remember what it was. We lost by
2 points. 2 points.
8 points clear, and they walked us back. This year we were 6, and they are 2. This is why I said, who wants to go toe-to-toe with me on a bet that we don't drop 9 points between 9 and March? And we just scuffle with 1 + 1 = 2 Wolves. 1 + 1 = 2 Wolves. And they scored all 3 goals. There's serious issues here. There's serious issues at this football club. And nobody wants to step back and look and say, hey, we're repeating the same thing that we've done over the last few years. Nobody wants to say that. And then when I bring it up, you see this kind of stuff right here. I see City dropping more points than us. They said that at the beginning of the season. Well, what are they doing now? That's what you said.
This guy thinks we're winning a quadruple. So yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I said a treble, bro. I said a treble, bro. If you like, see, waffle done. And again, see, you know what? Yeah. See, Matty, I'll tell you this. Yeah. Even Lee Gunner, your brother Lee Gunner, yeah, our brother Lee Gunner. I mean, all the times I've been on stream with him, he's been nice to, you know. Even he recognizes the fact that we finally have a team that could actually win the league. He said it with his mouth. 2 weeks ago, he had an argument with a Chelsea fan, and he said it, that we have a team that could actually win the league. He said it. So if the king of the dark side, has already said that, I don't care what any other person said. You know, I think, and I will still reiterate that point that I've been saying since, I don't trust in the manager. I trust in the players to bail us out. That's what I've been saying all season. Yeah. I trust that the players that we've gotten right now from Andre Berta's summer transfer will be key to us winning the season. But I've also said that Mikel Arteta can also destroy those building blocks. And I'm sorry, he started it again. He's trying to run down players. Timber, run him down. Rice, already knackered even before mid-season. Injuries galore. Gyokeres isn't scoring goals. Martinelli isn't having any form whatsoever in the Premier League. Trossard is in and out of injury. I mean, it is what it is. We've lost our center back, which is the powerhouse of our system. So I mean, we could roll around. The thing there is that we finally have a team to do it. I know it, that we have that team to do it. For crying out loud, we brought Eze in. That should be a quick, easy talk process. But Eze is looking drab. Why? Because of the manager and the system. And that's what I hear. But again, it is what it is at this point. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. It's the manager. That's the thing. It's the manager. But as for this team, bro, another manager, another manager gives us a win. He wins the trophies. Another seasoned manager gives us a win.
What have we been saying?
Another manager, a Glasner, uses this team to win the league. I'm sorry, bro. He can't.
You could get Stevie Wonder. You can get.
They would use this team to win the league, bro.
You can get Bobby Brown.
What?
You see how they win the league with this team. This manager, as I've told you, all the way back, that circles all the way back to the Gyokeres. He can't get the best out of that. And I've said this on streams before. Saliba signed renewed for what, 5 years? You better go ask Bird what he showed him to make him do that.
We can't keep buying players as well, yeah. We're not rotating, properly. Players are getting injured, you know. Start of the season, yeah, we should have been doing much more rotation. But now it's forced rotation. And it's the same thing year in, year out. Yesterday,
Arteta doesn't even understand what rotation means. Arteta doesn't understand what effective rotation means. He has completely no idea what that means at all. Bro, did you see Declan Rice play? Did you see how knackered he is already, bro? Bro, did you see how? Bro, man is gasping for air, bro. Man is gasping for air. See, I couldn't believe it, bro.
People are looking.
Bro, I said we're gonna win a couple of trophies this season, and that's due to the team we have and due to the depth. Bro, I've been on shows with Matty, summer transfer windows, January transfer windows, and I'm sure Matty will remember this because that was the last time he did transfer window show.
That's 2 years ago.
That's 2 years ago. Bro, we have to wait till midnight and no signings on. There was a time three seasons ago, it was only Trossard that came. The next one, no one came. The next one, no one came. He just said, Tony, even before the window slammed shut, he just said, forget it. That before Better came. Forget it. Let's just don't do any more of these shows again. Until Better came. That was really
who do you see being the most?
So we've seen those things. So now that Bertie has done that, we just need to change the manager. But I'm really scared. This manager, he has lots of fanboys. I'm telling you, people, he has a lot of fanboys that really like him. I mean, dedicated people that really, really like him, bro. And none of those people are getting any placards out. And they would drown out any shouts, that they discern it's coming for Arteta. And this is the truth. Many people believe that this manager can do no evil, But
who would you trust?
What it is. We are where we are.
Sorry, Tony. Who would you trust to win 10 games in a row right now? Because I think Man City are on 5 games unbeaten right now. Would you trust us to win the next 10 games, or would you trust Man City to win the next 10 games? And they've got, I'm not going to say an easy run, but if you look at fixtures, who really are they? Do they have who has City really got that?
Here you go, Abs. You can pull this up while you make your point. Exactly right there, right in line. It's the form table. Look at the form table.
Oh wow! 5th after Everton. So that game, on Saturday is going to be a tough game.
It might not be as tough as you think it might gonna be, though. They look at Watford has opened his eyes to look at me because actually they're gonna be missing lots of players. They got 2 players that from the African contingent, are going to the
Ndiaye.
African Nations Cup. Gaye is also part of them.
Yeah, good player.
Ndiaye, sorry. They also have Grealish that's injured now, and he won't be playing. He has been outrightly ruled out from that
Who's
game.
the other guy? They got someone else as well.
And Drisby Hall is not going, and that's one of the
he's been playing well.
standout players this season. So Arsenal Christmas, has been coming early for Arsenal. So they might just go there and do minimal work, but I still think they might, pack the bus, and that'll be the bigger problem because the manager struggles to break low blocks, and that'll be the bigger problem. In fact, it's even more better they even come up with the Grealish and with the others because they will come out to play and they won't pack the bus. But right now that those players are all out, they 100% they will pack the bus, and that'll be Arteta's problem now.
You know what the concerning part about that, Tony? I agree with everything you said, but I want to do what the concerning part about this is. We played Wolves this weekend, who is destitute. 2 points. We get ready to play Everton. That's for all intents and purposes better than Wolves.
And they lost. They lost to Chelsea.
Yeah,
so they're going to be more hungrier.
Yeah, you know the wood stick has been taken. Moises got the stick out and he's cracking the whip. So you know what's coming.
Get in their faces, make it physical.
This is what when the reality of and you got your brother there, your boy 10, he wants to try to see the bright side of everything. In spite of, well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it in spite of. Y'all bear with me. Bear with me, brothers. Pull it up this way. We're gonna pull it up this way. There we go. No, I just had it. That's the one I want right there. That's the one I want right there. Because see, this is what happened with our fan base all the time. They always go, "Oh, well, man, you think this, you think that." Then when it happened, everybody's like, "Oh, well, wait a minute." Because see, you got Everton, Brighton, Villa. There's some tough fixtures there, brother.
Brighton come to play as well.
20, 27, 3 days later. This is the kicker. Then you go to January. It don't stop. The hits keep on.
My God, bro.
The hits keep on. The beat.
Bournemouth, then Liverpool. You saw Bournemouth against Man United.
Yeah.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, they put September.
They don't stop playing. They don't stop playing.
Yeah. Oh, Liverpool, who's in form? They're back. The boogeyman, they're back. Everybody laughed and wrote them. Oh man, nobody studying Liverpool. They're just going on about their business like they did last year. Remember they did that last year. They were way back there. Everybody studying Liverpool. All of a sudden, you look, and they come passing you.
Yeah, I mean they're 8 points behind now, right? That 8 points is not so far as people think it is.
Tony, what about Forrest? What about Forrest? Old Dice never had offense before in this team. Oh, he got offense now. Now he got offense. You think he ready to shut up shop? Shut up shop? Oh, Manchester United, 4 goals yesterday.
United ain't gonna make it easy coming to Arsenal either. No. They're not gonna make it easy.
Hey, let's keep it a buck. We got very lucky when we played them at the beginning of the season this year. Because if they could have put it together then, we was in trouble there. That was 2-3. 10 men United last year. Then you look at that, Leeds. You want to go to Leeds right now? You want to go to Leeds with what Leeds doing right now? That's on the road, bro. Oh,
yeah, bro. Even that Leeds game, bro. Oh, my
Ellen Road, Forest, and Stadium of Light. Yeah. Don't underestimate.
Wait a minute. Let's go to February. Oh, Sunderland again. And you see how much trouble they gave Newcastle? Sunderland. That's a fighting team.
Oh my God, Sunderland. Oh Jesus Christ, bro.
Brentford, they'll play this time. They're at home, so they're gonna play. They'll play this time when we go to Brentford. They'll play. They'll be ready to play this time. Then you look at Spurs. Oh, you think Spurs for to show up the same way they showed up? You think they're crying for to tolerate that? If he don't win that game, they'll sack him.
They might have a new manager by then.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, if they're not up to stuff by then, they'll sack him. And that might be the manager. Look at Chelsea down there. Shout out to Yasser. People keep writing off Chelsea. People keep writing off Chelsea, and all Chelsea do is find a way to get right back. I got the analogy I use. They hang outside the club waiting for you to waiting to get in when they get in. And then when they get in, when they do come in, they come in with a bang. They'll go from fourth to second, and you wonder how the hell did it happen? They do this all the time. They do it all the time. Nobody wants to take that serious. Then you get the March. These are all. Where did we fall apart last year? These kind of games.
Yep.
Wolves, Everton again, Brighton.
Who's more inclined, yeah, out of the attacking options? Because if we're gonna go through all this game, yeah, we need a machine to start scoring goals. Yeah. Which of the striking options do you think we have right now that can help us for the bigger picture right now in all these games?
This manager is going to have to look within. And if you've seen teams like Leeds, let's get to the elephant in the room. Put your hands up. I'm going to ask you a question. How is it that Pep Guardiola?
I miss my people.
How is it that Pep Guardiola changes his system to suit Gyokeres not Gyokeres, but Haaland on the spot Sunday, and you saw what happened? He changed it on the spot. Made one or two substitutions. What did he do? He changed it on the spot. This manager is going to have to let his ego go and say, I'm going to have to try something different here.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more unpredictable. You can't say we lack the quality. We've all said it. Hey, man, this team should be winning something. He's going to have to do some introspective looking at himself, and he's going to have to say, you know what? I've got to change a few things here for the better of the club and for my career. This is the biggest year of his career, whether he wants to believe it or not. Because people are looking at this, and they're going to have to make an adjustment. And once again, here comes Mr. 10. City changed their system and haven't been as dominant. Well, what the hell was that Sunday at Palace? 3-0. They have literally. This is how people get their feelings hurt towards the end of the year, because you get walked down, and then when it happens, you're like, "Well, how did this happen?" Then it's sack the manager. Then it's how we having these problems. Then it's we can looking around. Everybody's trying to look around and point.
But again, Matty, yeah, there's some cracks coming to that Man City team very soon. Doku, I just saw that Doku will be out until January 1st, bro. That's about maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks out or something like that. So injuries is starting to creep into that Man City team. Because right now, I mean, Waffle Dom might be laughing at me right now, but I'm latching onto Matty. I mean, you see, yeah, while all this conversations is going on, yeah, I'm looking at the bigger picture. I want to win the title, bro. So I'm looking at.
We all want to win it. We all want to win it, man.
I know. So I want to latch onto any bit of shamelessness that I could get right now. Doku is injured. I'm hoping Czechia and all these other guys get injured, bro. I need that advantage, bro. But you're just living on a hope, living on a prayer.
How are you gonna feel on Saturday when City go above us for the first time? I know it's gonna be a point or whatever, but how are you gonna feel when City go above us for the first time this season? Yeah. How are you going to feel? Because it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. So now the pressure is gonna be on us. We have to win that game. There's no draw. There's nothing. And how do you think the players are going to be feeling? The pressure, they got to go away as well. There's so much pressure on us right now. I don't know why we do it to ourselves. Season upon season, we went to Anfield. We chickened out at Anfield and lost that game. We should have went there with the attacking mindset. I don't know why this manager just goes with the handbrake. We should have beaten Sunderland. It's shoulda, coulda, woulda, and we haven't done it. So now we're in that position. And if it was the other way around, and City were thinking, they wouldn't drop points like this. They would be just going. They would just be going just like that. if they had our defense as good as it was, they wouldn't be losing games. They would be going into games and just beating teams. But for some reason, we're sitting here and we're accepting already that City now, yeah. You saw that. I don't know if you heard that message from Onome in my and I sent it in the group chat. We spoke about this weeks ago. I said to him, Onome, your team's going to lose against Newcastle. He agreed with me, but he said, you know, the fixtures are still favourable to Man City, and we're going to win more games. And lo and behold, it's almost like these City guys just have foresight of everything, bro. It's almost like they see everything and we don't see nothing.
It's almost like they see everything. No, not that they see everything. No, it's not that they see everything. We are serial butlers. The manager is a serial butler. You don't need to see through anything. The manager is a serial butler. He's going to bottle it anyway. So they've seen it. You know, it's just like that, bro. It's just like that.
What you said,
failure for manager, bro.
Tony, what you said is true. But there's two things here that also not to sneeze at. The manager's serial butler. Number three, actually. Two, they've been through this before. They've had to watch us, 8 points behind. They've seen it. 6 points behind. 2 points behind. They've seen it. They've done it. They've lived it. They've breathed it. They drunk it. Arteta ain't done it. Number three, this is gonna knock it. I got another gift for y'all. I have another gift. You can take this and run with it too. Everybody's talking about this AFCON. Well, when we was 8 points clear, it was a World Cup year. And what happened?
Mic drop.
And what happened? The reality of
God, bro.
I said it earlier this year. I said the key to winning being successful this year is two things. Three, this manager has to be willing to adapt and change on the fly. Two, our players have to be healthy. And then three, we have to be consistent. We have to be consistent.
Matty, sorry. Did you see what Giroud said?
No, what did he say? Yeah, I hadn't seen it. I heard about it. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah,
Giroud, crazy.
He mentioned, in that league run, that the players, they suddenly got nervous when they started to see Man City or whatever team it was, circling them. And for me, it just seems like this is a constant for this club. It just, they see another team circling, and then all of a sudden, they just lose it, bro.
That's why you take what you apply there. Let me bring it up because I had it tucked the way I wanted to bring this up, because that flies right into the into
Leicester.
this.
That's it. Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester City. Let's go into this right here. Let's go into this right here. This as it stands right now, Tony. This is the way the Champions League's looking. Barcelona, Juventus, Galatasaray, and Marseille. So what's the problem, man? What are we worried about? Every one of these teams can go forward. I've long said the manager is so stubborn. He stays on a 4-3-3, false nine. Everybody in the universe knows he plays it. And then we play these teams. They go 4-3-2-1, overload the midfield. And now you playing with now you got Zuberman running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
No, I'm not even afraid of Europe. I'm not afraid of Europe. I think we'll smash up this team.
I'm not afraid of Europe.
I think we smash up these teams in Europe. I'm not having this. I'm not having it for Europe. For Europe, I think we'll beat these teams. I think we have the panicky. I think we have their kill.
This is what we're talking about.
We have the panicky. We have the kill. It's the Premiership I'm more afraid of.
What evidence have you seen that we're smashing up teams in Europe? Because we didn't do it last season against PSG. We need to get to the final.
Bro, we got to the semi-finals.
No. We need to get to
the Champions League in Europe.
But you need to get to a final, Tony.
That's Europe, bro. That's Europe. No. The team is bad. Manager is bad. We know that. But bro, don't take away what we look like right now in Europe, bro. These European teams that have had a downturn, they're not looking really that good. That's why Arsenal is topping the table right now, bro. If they are that good, they will be topping that table right now. we've beaten Atletico Madrid, and that wasn't a fluke. Yeah, we've beaten Bayern Munich, the best team in the world.
We beat PSG
and again, that's not a fluke.
We beat PSG.
That's not a fluke. Okay, did you think that beating Bayern Munich was a fluke? Was that a fluke?
I'm not debating whether.
Okay, good. Atletico Madrid, was it a fluke?
I'm just saying the knockout phases are where the most. This is where you earn your coin. It's the knockout phases.
Yeah, it is. But again, you have to beat the teams that you face. You have to beat the team that's put in front of you, and we've done that in Europe, bro. So it is what it is, and you don't have to like it. The way we do it, you don't have to like it. But what is there is that we're topping the table in Europe right now. I think teams in Europe will really, really struggle to beat us. Where I know that we have a problem is in the Premiership, and that's the one trophy that has eluded us that I really want us to win back. Tony, and right now it looks like Man City is going to wrestle that away from.
So Tony, they've got to try to juggle the Carabao Cup.
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you think we're going to win the Champions League?
No, I have no way. No,
I'm asking you a question because
Matty didn't have to. Matty, you didn't even give it a thought, bro. No. Matty, come on, man. You didn't even give it a thought. You just dismissed it.
I'll tell you what I think we're gonna win. I think if people laugh when I keep trying to tell y'all this, but people don't want to hear it. Carabao Cup, man. You better take it.
No one's talking about
better take it, bro.
Everyone's talking about Premier League, Champions League. No one's talking about the basic cup there, the domestic cup.
Exactly. The Carabao Cup. You better take it.
Feel that we
better take it, bro.
Win something.
Yeah.
We haven't won anything
man.
to feel like we can, we haven't won anything together. We haven't.
I agree. We have to take it seriously because that might be the only cup we might actually win too, bro.
Well, this Godfrey is 100% correct in the chat. You have to go through that to get to the other ones.
Exactly.
You have to go through the Carabao Cup to get FA Cup, then the Champions League. Everybody's talking about the Champions League. We got you bypassing everything else. And then with this is why we find ourselves every year not winning anything. And then you got Liverpool, Clark, Bradley. You know Tony, Clark, Bradley. All the kids.
Oh my days!
You got Palace winning FA Cup. You got Leicester City. All these other teams that won stuff over past us. And then when we get to it, we just turn our nose up at it. We turn our nose up at it. And then when we don't win this, we got to the knockout stage against Real Madrid or whoever we got to. This is great, guys, but don't have anything to show for it.
Matty, if all our team members are okay in Europe,
I want to drop this hammer right quick.
Okay.
You talking about you married, but you ain't got no wife. You ain't showing no wife. What good is that? That's how we roll.
It's true, It's true. It's true.
I got the baddest be on the block. Well, where's she at?
The imaginary, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You seen the thing? Nothing's there. This is what we do. We do this every year. I told y'all every year.
Oh, God.
Certificate of appreciation. A certificate of appreciation. That's what we get every year. A certificate of
we're at the top of Europe, so you know what? Yeah, that's all. We're at the top of the league. That's it. This is why other clubs banter us, because we love to say we got the best we got the best squad, and what are we doing with it? Go and win something then. Yeah. Come the end of the season, yeah. Let's see our trophies. Yeah. Boy 10, let me see us with a quad. Yeah, or forever be banned from my channel, bro. Because
big up Boy 10.
Like this,
Boy 10 has been fighting you guys off since, bro.
And me not see, if I don't see a quad at the end of our season, yeah, you're gonna go disappearing, yeah, like you always do, yeah. Sorry, not like you always do. I'll take that back because I don't. You will go disappearing, yeah, because we haven't even won a quad. Do you know how hard it is to win a quad? This is what I'm saying. Yeah, not even City fans are talking like that, and they've done a treble. We are talking about winning quads and triples.
we had the best team in the world.
Who said quad, bro? Who said quad?
Boy 10 said quad.
We had the
quad.
We had the Invisibles in the dude.
Even the trouble I said, I just said it to troll people, bro. I didn't say it that I really believe it. I said it to troll peeps, bro. It's not no, seriously, bro. Even me don't believe I was gonna win a treble. I mean, it's just I went to troll some people. But again, it's what it is. But I do think we're gonna win a major this season. I think we have the team to win a major this season, and I think we'll win. We'll win a major. I think so. Man City can't scoop everything.
We have to have
Man City can't scoop everything. There has to be one we can win with this.
Win something, though, I think.
Bro, if Crystal Palace is winning, is winning with that team, bro, yeah, they're winning the FA Cup with that team. Why can't Arsenal, with what we've acquired, bro? Why can't we win a domestic double this season, bro? Why can't we win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup? That won't be enough to save Arteta anyway. But why can't we win that? If Crystal Palace is winning the FA Cup,
if we win the quads, we're 10, yeah, I will pay to come to your country and shake your hand, yeah. Yeah, that's what I will do. Yeah, I will get on a plane. Yeah, I promise you, I'll get on a plane. Yeah, and I'll come to your country. Yeah, and I'll shake your hand. And
waffle done. Miracles happen, bro. Miracles happen, bro.
We ain't winning no
miracles happen, bro.
We ain't winning no quad. We ain't winning.
I'm just saying. Yeah, don't throw away that miracle factor.
We couldn't even beat
bro.
Wolves,
this Wolves game we would have lost it.
Wolves scoring our own goals, but people are talking about a quad. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? That's crazy. I know Tony's trolling now, but how does that make sense? Our striker doesn't score goals. Yeah, we're waiting on Havertz to get back.
Boy 10, don't do that, bro. Boy 10, you can't win that argument, bro. I mean, don't do that, bro.
Calvert-Lewin has more goals than our strikers.
Don't do that, bro.
But we're winning the quads. Believe.
Boy 10 says we're winning the quad, Tony. Bro, I'm sorry, man. I can't be your hero in this, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. We're not winning no quad, bro. With what is going on?
He's not trolling. This is serious.
But I do think we're gonna win. We're gonna win a major. What major now? And I'm thinking. But
which one is it?
We have the team to win a major. I'm sure. Matty, don't we have a team to win the major?
We don't have the manager
this season.
We don't have
no. Do we? No, Matty. That's not a question. Do we have a team to win the major this season, Matty?
What does that say?
Out of 7. But Matty, do we have a team to win a major this season?
Tony, we're not winning.
I mean, you don't need to sugarcoat it.
I told you earlier.
Gunnar have said it. So I want to hear it from you.
I told you earlier that the team that we have should be winning stuff. But the reality is you keep trying to force feed that into that the team will win with this manager. When I keep telling you this manager is not going to win with this team. And when this is all blown over, that's when people will realize you wasted time. You've wasted time with this brother. This was the year. Manchester United is downtrodden. Liverpool started off rough this year. Man City has rebuilt on the spot. They rebuilt on the spot. Chelsea's bought all these kids, and look what Chelsea's doing, winning trophies. They still win trophies regardless of the fact. With
Thank
kids,
you.
with the children. You. They told us, oh, you can't win with kids. Well, Chelsea can. They've done it. Why can't we? This manager is going to have to step up in big occasions. Whether Boy 10 wants to believe it, anybody else wants to, this manager is going to have to learn how to step up in big situations. And what we saw this weekend, the great heist of 25, that you're not going to be able to get away with that luxury in the Champions League. Them teams will find you out, man. You're not going to be able to get away with this in the second half of the season. You're not going to be able to do it. You're just not going to be able to get by like that because somebody brought up early in the chat, these teams that's in relegation. In relegation, they're going to be this year outside of Wolves. There will be a relegation battle this year. So everybody's thinking we're going to pull up the West Ham and think that West Ham's just going to lay down when they're trying to keep their top flight status. They're going to be coming to play. And you know Nuno's going to go buy players in January. You know that's coming because he got to get his own players in there. Leeds is going to be trying to fight to stay out of there. Brentford's going to be trying to fight to stay out of there. We're in a situation where every game that we play is going to be against somebody that wants to beat us because we talk too damn much. And number two, you know, they're going to try to achieve a goal. And it's up to this manager. The man managed this team, which is when we talk about rotation, rotate these players, keep them fresh, new ideas, be less predictable. 4-3-3 17 times this year. Last year, 48. Year before that, 50. Too predictable. You got the striker up there. Same thing week out with him. It's predictable. It's predictable. The whole thing has become predictable. This is why you got teams like Wolves giving us trouble. Aston Villa. What happens if Aston Villa?
Can the transfer window in January bail us out?
Cut the spigot off.
Why?
So I want you to think about this.
So if we've got the best squad, why are we going into the transfer window?
Me too.
Sorry, mate.
No, but no, Waffle done. No, we're not doing that. Come on, we've even you.
Do we have the best squad?
Talked about Rodrigo. Waffle done. Don't do that.
No, that's not the
don't do that. Even you have talked about you wanting Rodrigo in this football club. Then why does this sound alien to you, bro? Me and you have talked about Semenyo coming to this football club. Why are you hollering at him? That's the wildest thing you've heard, bro. Bro, don't do this, bro. Matty is my guy. I mean, don't do this, bro. Come on, man. You've said it on streams. I've said it on stream. Why is that a wild? Why is that a wild take?
I've never said we've got the best squad. I still no. You're going for hypotheticals now. I'm saying me and you have been on shows where you've talked about Rodrigo coming in through the transfer window. Semenyo,
you've talked about Semenyo coming through the window. So why is it such a wild take right now, saying that if the transfer window could help us bring one or two players in? I'm just saying.
But if you're saying we've got the best squad, why do we need to bring in more players then? That's my question.
Because it doesn't translate to that left-hand side. It doesn't translate to that left-hand side. We still need one more midfielder, bro. We still need one more midfielder in the middle of the park to come in and help Declan Rice. Rice is already knackered, and it's not half season.
We don't have the best squad. So do we agree that we don't have the best squad then? We need players in. Do we agree with that?
Bro, I never said we have the best squad. I never said that. I said we have the best squad depth. That's what I said.
But if we have the best squad depth, why do we need to bring in? Are you talking about quality now, or are you talking about depth? Because you said we've got the best squad.
That's what I said. Depth. That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah. And we still have in comparison with other teams. We still have that in comparison with other teams. So if you're talking about quality, okay, that's something I can't control. But when we're talking about the depth, yes, we do have. Bro, do you know how much injuries we have? But yeah, we're still coping with those injuries. That's not an excuse anyway. But two of our centre backs are out. Yeah, our mainstay centre backs are out. Other teams still have their centre backs out there. So yes, we do have that squad depth. Does he have the quality that could really help us out without there being any drop off physically or visibly? No, I can't vouch for that. The answer is no. But we do have that depth. Either way.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Tony, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready, bro. I'm always ready for your bombs, bro.
Big Walk, you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Are you prepared to move on from Gabriel Jesus if there's an offer that comes in for him that provides us with an opportunity to bring in a better piece?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think that's an easy question. That's an easy question for him.
But see, it's easy for you all.
Yeah.
These are the questions.
But not for January, though. There's a caveat there, not for January. There's a caveat there, not for January. Because Gyokeres could end up injured. No, look. Gyokeres could end up injured, and it's not far from imagination. Gyokeres has already been injured already. He could get into injury. Kai Havertz is still struggling with an injury. It's out. So who would come in when Gyokeres is out and can't score goals? And if Kai Havertz is out, what happens? Then we're left with no striker then.
Say it again.
You said?
Say it again, Walt.
I said we've coped so long without Jesus already for such a long time.
No, I hear you, but it should be something that should be timed. I hear you, but it should be something that should be timed because Kai Havertz is injured. We don't have him at all. Again, Gyokeres, mind you, people keep forgetting. Gyokeres just came back from an injury, bro. He just came back 2 weeks ago. He could still go back to injury again. We've seen Ben White come in, go out, come in again. He's out on his way again with a 1 month injury. We can't trust this manager with the way the injuries are piling up. So in that vein, I would say exceptionally, I would want him to leave by January, but we don't have that luxury right now. We can't afford to do that right now because I still feel that Gyokeres might get injured. He might force himself to play, force himself to try to get those goals to please the manager, and he will get injured. So if he gets injured, no Kai Havertz, no Gyokeres, who do we have leading the line then? Merino?
Yeah, you bet Marino. He's gonna do that regardless. Because in certain cycles, you hear Gyokeres is fourth choice now when Havertz gets back.
I don't know. I just think it should be timed. That Jesus thing should be timed. Due to injuries. Apart from injury talk, he can leave anytime he wants to leave. Anytime we want to sell, we can sell. We can sell him. But I still think Gyokeres might get injured. I have that feeling. He might get injured.
What do you think about all these injuries right now? Because Ben White, a backup right back, got injured. It's only a matter of time.
1 month.
Timber
He'll be out for 1 month. For 1 month.
All these injuries, Tony, is this not a big concern for you going for a title this season?
Big concern is the manager's doing.
You know what scared me, gentlemen?
He lacks rotational policy, effective rotational policy.
Hey,
He's
Tony,
the problem. He's the cause. He caused everything. The injuries. He's the cause.
Tony,
I mean, it's clear now. No one can hide from that. Tony, no human being can hide from that.
I've gone on the record, and I've said this. If we had not lost Timber that season, we were 8 points clear. I think that was the year Timber came in, right? Was that the year Timber came in 8 points? Yeah. Timber, it was
because you're injured in the first game, didn't he?
The first game. We're probably talking about winning the title. He's that integral to this team. So him being gone for a month, this month, and we saw the schedule going into next month. This is what people don't fail to realize.
There's no more scary as well. There's no more scary as well, mate.
So he's out for 8.
Saliba right back as well.
Saliba's struggling. We saw that Saturday. He's struggling.
Even Timber is struggling, bro. He's the next on the line to get injured.
He's out.
He's out. Yeah, he's currently out. He's injured. He's having morphine shots weekly, bro. He's the next one out. Bro, it's a crisis. We're in trouble, bro. The manager has run down all these players to the ground.
Ben White is out. Ben White, he's out for 5 to 6 weeks. Noah God, Tiana said it right there. That's why he played it the other day. Noah God's there. 16-year-old at right back. 16-year-old right now at right back. Not in midfield, not attacking. You talking defense. This is where we at. This is why when I tell you all, when I break this thing down and I tell y'all that even when these players come back, look at the situations they're coming back into. They're coming into games where we're either 1 point off or either 1 point behind or 2 points behind or 3 points behind, or it's the game is a magnitude, massive magnitude. They don't have time to get bedded in. They don't really have time to kind of get back up to speed. You're just throwing them back out there. They get re-injured and then rehash. Now I'm gonna tell you something, Tony. With what you said with Jesus, the most dangerous thing with Jesus is if he gets injured again, you're not getting anything for him. You're gonna wind up having to let him go on a free. And that's another contract. How many times did we used to sit there and talk about players winding down contracts and we playing out for crop players? The one thing I can say is that at least Berta will cut the check off real quick. He'll figure out a way to find a mutual agreement to get the person out of there. But that's the problem we got.
Yeah, then we'll be risking trying to even win the title at all with no backup striker at all.
Hey, Havertz is coming off with the grade 3. Look at Saka. Grade 3 hamstring injury. He's not going to be the player that people think he's going to be. And I'm not wishing that on him. I just know that grade 3 hamstring injuries are rough. That's off the bone, man. That's surgery.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So he's got to get up to speed. And then if you don't think that that's going to become an issue, because once you had that kind of injury, you overcompensate. Look at Ben White. Ben White had the same problem. Yeah. He had the same problem. Surgery, what happened? A hamstring. Nice hamstring. It's cold. It's the worst. And you know this being a ref. This is the part of the season where you see all the injuries. Cold because of the cold weather.
Yeah, it's cold. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you asking for sprains and niggles. This next 2 months are critical, man. These next 2 months are really critical. This is why I said the Carabao Cup is there. We're in there. We're in there. You're in the knockout stage. The discussion
we've got Palace.
Yeah, we've got
2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
Mate and Waffle done. Do we go to the transfer window? Wait, let's get this sorted out, guys. Yeah. Do we go to the transfer window, Matty and Waffle done? Do we go there and get some play? Because clearly we still need help. With this manager, we still need help. That's and what should we be getting in the January transfer window? If you guys agree that we should bring someone in.
We're going to probably end up getting somebody on loan, Tony. It's going to be a loan.
Who? A loan?
Yeah, a loan.
What? A midfielder?
Either midfield or defense.
Defense?
Look at the injuries, Tony.
But we already have enough. Tony, we already have enough in defense, bro.
Injuries, Tony. Ben White is out. Mosquera's out. Saliba's is off and on.
Mosquera is coming back end of December. This guy is coming back. Gabby is coming back in the next 2 weeks.
Tony, he's out for 8 weeks. Mosquera's out for 8 weeks. 8 weeks. 8.
No, he's coming back December.
He's out for 8 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Since that injury, at least it's up to 3 weeks or so. But he should be coming at the final weeks of December. So it should start running up by the start of January.
Watch this, Waffle. He's coming back, and he's going straight into playing. He's not even had a chance to get himself sorted out. You follow me? He's going to go right back the way he came. Right back. He's going to come in at the game speed and go right back out the same way he came in. He's coming in mid-January, and God, if we behind, and he comes in by having to deal with that. Magalhaes, he's off and on this year. He's had major issues this year. Saliba. And I mean, I don't have it in front, but I can just show y'all footage where these players are not even catching these guys. Look at Marino. Can't even catch anybody. It's because of the manager's system. He's wearing these guys out. He's wearing them out. As a coach, I hate to see players get flawed like this, man. Because he's not putting them in the best situation. He's not putting them in the best situation for that.
We have Gabi, Saliba, and we still want to bring in another defender. Bro, I don't understand, bro. Bro, I'm tired of Arsenal, bro. I mean, this season, if we don't win anything, I'll just stop doing streams.
Make that a problem as well. How is that possible? We have depth, but we still make that a problem.
That's what me and North was saying the other day. When I sat down, I went through those formations with Norsky. We were talking about players, and we got to that 4-2-3-1. I said, "Well," he said, "Well, who could you put here?" And then we both thought about it. I said, "Well, I can't put him here because that's a liability, or if somebody's injured." And I said, "Norsky," I said, "Brother, does this sound crazy?" I said, "Does this sound like to me that we still short?" He said, "Yeah, we're still short." The problem, and this goes back to this. Hold on, Tony. This goes back to when we talked the whole thing about Gyokeres. Yeah, we got players, we got bodies, but do we have the right bodies? And then what are we doing with the bodies that we have? And then that's where the question goes back to the manager. Because I'm convinced that this brother that went out last week, the masseuse man or whoever it was, that brother, that ain't something that just. I mean, think about that mid-season. He just gets up and leave. He just leaves his post mid-season among all of it. That ain't just something that's a cause for concern. What does he know that we don't? Overworked, overwhelmed. He's coming in. Hey man, what's this here? Because what happens is if these players coming back and they going back out, guess who that make? That make him look bad. That makes the doctor look bad, right? Because he said, hey, these guys need about 12 weeks. Well, we need them back in 7. What did the manager say this past weekend against Wolves? What did he say? We had to what? Risk Saliba. That's what the manager said. That's what he said. I didn't say that. I didn't make that up. I'm not just pulling that out my ass. He said
you could have started with Norgard. Could have played Norgard.
Crazy, man.
Waffle. Why that's the question. When I was sitting back with Lee after we got through, I asked him, I said, why did he start Norgard? Did anybody catch the roundabout last weekend when we was all on there trying to tell Stricto and D? We were trying to tell him. We said, hey man, there's nothing wrong with playing the same team that won against Bruges. Played them this weekend.
Yeah.
It just moved Ben White into the middle.
And the argument was, oh well, but if we don't play those players, and we lose, what are you gonna say then? There's always some type of agenda, man. There's always some type of agenda.
There's no reason that team couldn't have played Wolves. We probably would have got the same result, and it probably been more tolerable because you got the bench.
Look, boy, 10 thinks.
But again, you could criticize all those things. But again, what if these players can't even play up to 2 games straight away, bro?
I think.
Look at Madueke. Look at Madueke. Are you not suspecting that his man is just coming back from injury, bro? I mean, we have to be careful. I mean, I don't know, bro. Bro, I'm tired with Arsenal, bro. I'm tired, bro. Because either way, we're still messing up either way. So, I mean, right now, and I'm just totally fed up. We have depth, and the depth is not depthing. I mean, bro, how can you have Nkape in your team? Yeah? Saliba, Gabi, Mosquera, and you're struggling to field just 2 decent centre backs, bro, in your team. Bro, I'm tired, bro. It's not, I mean, I'm fed up, bro.
Questions have to be asked. I'm
fed up.
Why are we repeating the same problems that we seen last year? We saw injuries last year. We saw injuries before that. It was injuries this year.
December. Why is it always this month? December, January.
Look how we
the same month. The same period, bro. Where we get into these problems, bro. Why?
I told you on the last video, on the Walking Dead video, I told y'all, I said the players came out and said that the training is worse than the game. The training is worse than the game. So if they're training that hard before the season even starts, what happens when the season starts? And then the first thing he mentions after the game this weekend, we need to go back to training because some stuff was lost. So you know if he we made a mistake, we need to go back and train. You know he's getting ready to drop the hammer on him. What did Timber come out and say last year? I'm in pain, but the manager doesn't see it. Shout out to Yasser. Nobody covered that. Nobody talked about that. Nobody discussed it. Brighton, they've got injuries. They're scuffling around.
Spurs got injuries.
Spurs, Former, these other teams got issues. I mean, we've got to learn how to navigate this stuff. This is why I said the manager's getting paid $15.6 million. $15.6 million. Top manager, one of the top salaries in Europe. He needs to be getting in order. Needs to be getting in order. And we've got players that we know are prone to injuries. This is why I say overtraining. He's overtraining these players because these players we know, we are on record, Tony, on record. These players are known to have trouble, injury issues. Jesus, injury issues. Ben White, injury issues. Now you got Saliba now, injury issue. Gyokeres never had an injury in his career. Comes to Arsenal, what happened? Injury.
Bro, I mean, bro. Right never, bro. Bro, you're even going too far. How about Nordgaard, bro? How about Nordgaard? Brentford captain that
read what
week in,
Timbers
week
just
out
said
with
there.
Brentford.
Read
Bro.
what Timbers just said.
Come to the football club and just dies off, bro.
Even when I was injured, I had to be in the training ground at 7 a.m. for gym and analysis. Even when I was injured, I had to be in at 7 a.m. for gym. The demand never stops. Watch this. This was the one that knocked me off my seat. Abs. He'll make you do a full session again if the intensity drops 5%. And I'm telling y'all,
Matty, you better send that thing to me. I need to see it.
I'll send it. Oh, yeah, I'll send it.
I need to see it, bro.
We know who that is. It's Eddie Nketiah. That's Eddie Nketiah right there. It's
Eddie Nketiah. Your defense is in trouble. Man, I miss it when Matty used to play that.
We running more training.
Matty would play that song, bro.
Look at Boy Teddy as well.
Your defense is in trouble.
I don't get
in the room. I don't get what's bad about this quote.
Right, coffee, right on point, right behind.
I like Boy 10. I mean, he's not having it with Matty, man. I mean, he's dragging with Matty at every statement, man. I mean, he's your arch nemesis, Matty. He's your arch nemesis. I mean, every Batman has a penguin. I mean, Boy 10 is your real arch nemesis, bro.
Don't encourage him.
Oh God, Boy 10. Easy on the father, man. Easy on the Godfather. Huh?
What's the outcome of this weekend anyway? Is it a win? What do you think?
2-1. I'm going 2-1.
2-1 Arsenal, yeah.
2-1.
And is the thing is though, yeah? If we're still winning games, that must be a little positive, though, isn't it?
It'll be a big positive this weekend because you got.
Lee Gunner said we're gonna lose.
I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna butt the trend. I'm going 2-1. It's gonna be a very tough game, but we'll win. We'll find a way to win. My concern is later on through this month. It's when once we get past this and start getting these other games. It's these games. It's like the Wolves game. It's the ones where you don't see it coming. Aston Villa be trouble. Aston Villa's gonna be major trouble.
I think we'll win 3-2. And unlike other predictions down the line during the season, I do think that our defense is hella suspect now. David Raya has run mad. You know, man don't want to stay in his post. He's run completely mad. Our defense, no patience in the build-up play again. So no consistency at the back at all. No discipline. Only Nkape trying to get one or two things. The other guys are just, Oreo heads just walking up and down. Declan Rice is knackered. I can't say the same thing about Timber. We should be expecting a downturn in his productivity anytime from now, because the manager has run him to the ground. So defensively, I think we'll start seeing some lapses here and there until Big Gabby comes back and that partnership is back, and we now finally have a leader there who can back out orders. The leader we have right now, they're doing nothing. Look at our team right now, man. Who are you seeing backing out orders right now, bro? Look at Saka, man. What is he doing? It's not backing out orders. It's not saying anything.
But he's not a captain that way, though, is he?
Saka's leadership quality in him.
He's more frustrated.
Even look at Declan Rice. He should be physical enough to do something like that. Right now, he's knackered. He's thinking of his physicality right now, and his soul is leaving his body. When you look at, bro, just look across the pitch. There's no more leaders. So we need Big Gabby back more than we think. Yeah. I think we'll escape with a 3-2 win. That's what I think.
Is it at the expense?
These days, I don't see any clean sheets no more. This defense is open for business. So I'll just say 3-2. I think there are goals in this matchup, whether we like it or not.
I just want to remind you guys, quickly, of Saturday, This is what happened, 1 second, I'll just bring it up. And I don't know if a week's rest is going to be enough for some of these players. I'll be honest with you. Everyone's saying, they're getting a week rest and everything.
Yeah, that's
I'm not too sure, because we might see this on Saturday.
Oh,
remember this, Matty?
That situation.
How many times have we seen this before this season? At least 3 times.
We saw it in Bruges, but we won the game.
The one with Haaland, the one with Erling Haaland.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with Haaland. Was that right there? Manchester United, Liverpool. I mean, brother, this is what I'm saying.
Zubimendi. We've overused him this season too.
Look at Rice down the bottom.
We've overused him. Rice is even a good case. What about Zubimendi? He's been making this kind of mistakes, quite often now, innit? His game is beginning to drop. The manager is also hacking him off games now. Before he wasn't hacking him off. Now he's hacking him off games now. Without remorse now. He's hacking him out of games. Zubimendi looking angry, animated also. So, bro, and again, people, see, just before I finish up, that quote you brought out that Arteta was blaming the players, that might actually spark a dressing room issue with the players, Gyokeres, who's a better signing, and the manager. I think it might literally be a big problem, bro, than we're seeing right now. Because if he's I've never seen Arteta say that about his players, though. That's one thing I've never seen him do. I don't know what that reaction would bring in the dressing room, bro. There might be fire in the mountain for the first time, in a long time that I've seen.
Well, he wanted to blame Eze a few times, isn't it? So
yeah.
And what has that done?
He did that right out of the
game. He might lose the dressing room. One thing we know is that he hasn't lost the all the whole while he's been doing all this stuff with this Arsenal team all these years. He hasn't lost the dressing room. Don't get that twisted. He's the king of the dressing room. But with that statement right now that you pulled up, bro, if he said that, I think that's just a crack that's waiting to enlarge it. It might be a bigger crack later on, bro. Because when he starts taking the blame and putting it on the players, then that's something big, bro. They might turn on him. And if the results keep getting the way it's getting, then that will be full-blown turning on. They're going to turn on him.
What did I tell you? Isle of Patmos. I told Norsky I told Norsky the seal will be open. You're starting to see these seals open up, Tony.
He's never done that. I'm shocked at that statement. If he said that, then that's a big sign that something big is brewing. He's never done that.
Big up to the chat as well, has been with us for the duration of this stream, man. I think we're going to wrap up though, guys, You want to wrap up now?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
let's wrap up.
Matty, thanks for blessing the show for us.
Yeah,
bro.
Man.
I really appreciate it, bro. I've been trying to get you for our own show, but I don't know. You've not approached me yet for it, but I've been sending you messages. Not messages, but I think, we ought to do it. But thanks for blessing us with this one, bro. We really appreciate your presence.
How are you feeling now, Tony? The therapy now. How are you feeling about the therapy session now? Like about Gyokeres now? Have you slightly, or are you still the same adamant that I know Tony's stubborn with that?
See, Waffle done. I know why you're doing this because I respect Matty very well, but I know that's why you're doing me dirty like this. Because I don't like coming against. If there's anyone that I don't go against, is this guy. But again, it is what it is. The therapy was good, but again, I think we came to an understanding. I would like to put it as an understanding. we came to an understanding that, you know, the manager has been the one with the fault. We've all known this from the start. It's not something out of space. We all know the managers at fault for that. But again, I also do think that in as much as we want to blame the manager and everything, some of the players too have to take some certain
100%.
form of responsibility also. So Gyokeres should take some certain form of responsibility by making those runs. You know, right now we're dealing with his reputation here. Right now, his reputation as a striker. So, I mean, just negate what the manager says and do whatever. Then if he's going to put you on the bench, then we'll know where the problem is. More. It's shine a light more on what the problem is. Do your own thing. Be where you could be able to situate yourself around to score those goals. Negate what the manager says and score some goals. Then let's see what the problem really is. So it is what it is. Matty came on, gave his talk about it, and I see reasons, you know, to which you know, to which the scenario, you know, is explained well from him. I'll go back and watch his show that he did early in the morning, because he always shares perspectives, and I respect his perspective. So, you know, I've come to that understanding, and it's okay. But again, it doesn't matter. Gyokeres has to score goals. This is what I know. Either way, whether the manager tweaks the system or he doesn't, he has to score goals. Because if we don't have goals, the big blue sharks are waiting for us to gazum that, you know, that chance, and they'll be up before we play our game, you know, against Everton.
Also,
you know, so it's what it is.
Better keep an eye on these players when we start getting towards March, April, because they're going to be in the back of their minds thinking about that World Cup.
Oh, Matty, man, isn't there ever a scenario where we can just be thinking about winning? Yeah, not going into tackles.
Look at your captain. I showed you this morning. Captain,
Matty, you broke this table now, Matty, bro. That's true. I totally didn't even think about that, bro.
Watch the captain.
Matty, that's true, bro.
Captain, you think your captain is not? Please open up. You think the captain? You think he ain't going to the World Cup? In no way been to the World Cup since I was 10 years old, 10 or 11, however old I was when it was 94.
Captain's gonna be like, I ain't doing that. I ain't going near him. I ain't tackling him.
Oh my days, bro. Bro, that's legit facts, bro. What Matty just said, legit facts, bro. I've totally not even come to terms with it. That's true, man.
You watch the Declan Rice, man. Declan Rice will never forgive this manager if he don't get to the World Cup this year. Because see, what you have to understand is that the World Cup is not guaranteed. Your place in the national team is not guaranteed. World Cups come every 4 years. Everybody don't make it. Think about the players that was at the last World Cup. There's nowhere near. Look at Sterling. Remember how good Sterling did that 1 year? Look at him now. Don't take much. Don't take much, man. we got.
Go on, man.
I'll just say this: we have to have something show it up. And I keep telling y'all, we have to have this Carabao Cup in hand for these players to really say, you know what, let's give it a shot. Let's see what we can do. If these players are starting to see the writing on the wall that we're headed in the same direction later in the season like we've done before, what you said, Tony, may very well rear its ugly head. And if this manager keep calling out players and they're seeing that we're seeing the same thing, then you'll probably start getting a kickback. And these players now they know that they're under the microscope. There are people like us watching them, especially with this Gyokeres situation. So if they're not putting out the goods, the manager's cussing them out. We on course for full-blown mutiny if we ain't careful. These are senior players now. These are not kids anymore. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. These are full-blown young men. And look at soccer. I told y'all this morning on my channel. Soccer starting to develop a little bit of a mean streak. You just watch. You watch.
What's this question from the assembled? Just quickly, just round this off, yeah, because it's gone nearly 3 hours. I need to get out of here. We're gonna go over to Jez after this as well. So just do I don't know, waffle, Tony, Ray, do whatever you want, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Would you say, or Tony and Abs Raid, would you say it would be fair that if we don't win the title of Champions League, a Blunderman keeps his job, the Cronkies are the problem?
Absolutely, 100%. If they're still on board with this manager after that, then all heads need to turn to say, look, you know what? This management, they accept it. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt since Joshua came out at the beginning of the year and said that he expects trophies. And he's hired a sporting director. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. There is a world. I'm not naive to think that what Tony said isn't true. There is a world where this manager keeps his job. I know that. I know this is the football club, mediocrity. We've done it for years. But I feel like the winds are starting to turn.
So
yeah. No, you good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. Mostly with that statement I saw. I mean, the cracks are beginning to. I mean, bro, when have you seen Arteta like actually just flat out just say maybe it's the players' fault, bro? I've not. He has always protected his players. Always. He's always protected them. This is the first time I'm seeing that crack. It's beginning to, bro. I've never seen it before. This might just be the beginning of the end, bro. And if we don't win the league, bro, it might just blow wide open, bro. That full blown war.
You imagine?
Yeah. I've never seen that. I was shocked when I saw that. When I saw that statement, bro. But this is what it is.
Anyway, yeah. Listen, people, we're gonna get out of here, man. Jez is doing a quiz at the moment. Sure, that's going to be a bit of fun as well. So, people, head on to Jez and get involved in the quiz. I'm sure you guys, some of you oldies in the chat, going to have quite a bit of knowledge of Arsenal. Make sure you get involved and make sure you like the stream and all of that. Anyway, people, big ups to everyone, and we are out. Peace.
Peace, people.